We're live.
We're live.
Hello.
Hello. We are just having a fish and chip supper. And Starbucks. I'm just adding mayo to my fish and chips.
So we've gone for the very healthy fish and chips and Starbucks. There's Kelly about to show. Hang on, let's bring this forward a little bit because we can't really see you.
There we go.
There we are. There's your fish and chips. Look at that. That's a healthy one. So we thought, should we do a little mukbang? But we thought, no, we're not. You don't want to really just hear us while we're chomping away.
Yeah.
So we've got our Starbucks. We've got our fish and chips. Someone's just parked outside the front. I hope they're not blocking the drive. I don't know why I'm worried because we're talking to you.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Hello, Minnie.
Hey, Minnie.
You know, Alive wouldn't be alive without Minnie joining us. We always love
without Minnie and Mark.
Yeah.
Because I when I don't see Mark, I'm like, oh, where's Mark? And then I think, oh, should I text him or not text him, but email him, or should I email Minnie, or But then I think, stalker.
So we're stalking you.
So I don't. But thank you for joining us.
So we're just having fish and chips. Everybody who's on, I hope everybody's well. So we haven't done Friday fish and chips, have we, for a while?
No. I don't think we've ever done Friday fish and chips.
Well, I mean, we haven't done it live, but we haven't done it Friday fish and chips to eat for a while.
Yeah, we haven't. We haven't had fish and chips for a while. I had a look, and I was just like, oh my god.
Hey, it's Alicia.
Hey, Leash.
You can join us for fish and chips as well.
Yeah. So what's she saying? Oh, hey fam. So what did you get with your fish and chips?
So with my fish and chips, now I'm going to blame Kelly for this because she's got me into vinegar and salt. I never used to have this with chips. So I've got my mushy peas, which is not for everybody, but I do like mushy peas. So I had that with there.
No, it's definitely not for everyone.
I know you don't like it. And my ultimate favourite.
Here we go.
My ultimate favourite, which I can look how much space I've got on the end here. I'm like,
but you manoeuvred it that way.
Right, I know, it doesn't matter. Go on, we're going to shift this a little bit. It's my curry sauce. Now, again, not for everybody. It looks a bit weird. It looks a bit like gravy, but it's like this is almost like a curry gravy. But I don't know what it is about fish and chip sauce. It's so good. So good. I also had calamari, but I'm not going to lie, I ate it before we went live.
Yeah, he gave me one though. So I've got one calamari. They look like onion rings. I did order onion rings and they forgot to put it in.
Yeah, they didn't put it in for Kelly. But there we go. So how is everybody? What's everybody been up to? What have we been up to this week? I asked her that what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this always works when we're going live. But...
I haven't done much. I've just been doing a bit of research online, doing a couple of things. My mum's been around a couple of times. I got up early this morning and had a shower and everything before Mark got up because my mum had taken her car in to get it MOT'd, and she wanted me to pick her up from her place and take her. And then she called. So after I'd had my shower and everything, and I was getting ready, she rang me. Oh yeah, don't worry about picking me up. This is at 7:30, and I got up at 6. Yeah, don't worry about picking me up because I had a call at 10:30, which is why I had to do it before 10:30. Yeah, don't worry about picking me up. I'm gonna go here, there, and everywhere before I go to the place, and blah blah blah. And I was like, all right then, thanks, Mum. So luckily, I didn't have to go and pick her up, so I could sort of spend the morning doing sort of things that I really wanted to do, but I keep getting distracted.
Well, it's one of those things when you've got plans to do stuff, we always get distracted doing other things. No, I've just been working away. Actually, it's been really busy this week. I've actually not had a chance to go out at all. I've not been out. I've not left the house. As you know, I've been finishing work, then doing other stuff in the evening. So it's been very, very busy. But you did upload, didn't you? Talk about that one, Milena.
Yeah, no, we already uploaded Minalima. The one that I uploaded was it was Forbidden Planet.
Oh yeah, of course, I'm getting mixed up. So Forbidden Planet, for those of you that saw it, I think they are around. We went to one in New York. There was a huge one in Birmingham, UK, which is really, really good, Forbidden Planet. And there's quite a few actually around.
We've been to a few, but they're not all called Forbidden Planet as well, because we've been to different ones as well, haven't we?
I think, Alicia, there's one in Newcastle. Your other half went when he took a trip up there. So he just said it's a fantastic.
Alicia says she wants some.
So there was that one. And yeah, so we had a look around there. Now, we've not been there for well over a year. I was going to say last time must have been, oh God, it must have been probably 2019, actually.
It might have been 2019.
I've not been, certainly didn't do it last year.
No, we didn't do it last year. No. We didn't even go anywhere last year.
But it's, do you know what? I had such good fun. There is a real geek side to me. So I do like all the comic book areas and all the little things that we saw.
I know you do, yeah.
The figurines we had.
He's got such a collection. I'm like, more?
Not comics, but
no.
I do like my little figurines. So I have got quite a few. So I was looking at that. Kelly bought her, as you saw, the frog, the chocolate frog. Where is that?
He's there.
He's there. Here he is. Do you know what? The annoying thing with this frog is it always comes apart from the cushion, but we do like that one.
Yeah,
so
we do.
In there, so you can just see him. And oh look, he's taking a tumble. And
the only thing with the frog is that I'm afraid to separate it from the actual pillow, in case, because you can separate it, but once you separate it, you have people come round, they move it here, they move it there, or you yourself, you move it here, you move it there, and then it's not set anymore.
Yeah, Alicia said we went with the Newcastle one with the kids, I think.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah,
I saw the photographs. I was really jealous.
Yes,
I saw them.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, I didn't remember that, and then I thought, oh yeah, we did.
Because I was supposed to come up with you guys that one time, but I was really sick that time, so I couldn't go up. But I really wanted to go and check that out. But it's such a good shop. It's one of those shops, even if you're not interested in the stuff, it's almost like a little museum. You can just wander around.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of things to it. So I really did enjoy our little jaunt there. And Millalima as well. When we went in there, of course, we had sort of the Harry Potter stuff there as well. So I think Minnie, you saw that one as well. Did Minnie comment and said she thought it was quite cool.
The thing about the Millalima is they have a gallery downstairs, which I mentioned this in the previous live. And that is really interesting. And there's a lady there that tells you all about the pieces, the props, the drawings, all of that type of stuff. So if you have any questions, she's really informative, really, really informative. And
they've got loads of props they had from the film. So they actually used them on the Harry Potter films in a little glass cabinet case. So she was pointing them all out to you, wasn't she?
Yeah. Because the thing is, she would have, when I was listening to her, it's very much like, I used to work at the Royal Opera House, and they give you a booklet. It's quite thick. And you have to learn the booklet. And the booklet is, when did the Royal Opera House, when was the first time the Royal Opera House was built? When did it burn down the first time? When did it burn down the second time? The dates. You had to know the names and things of certain pictures that were hung up, because people would normally ask you, can you tell me about this piece, or where was it? And you would have to know that off by heart. So
Rather than I don't know.
Yeah, rather than saying I don't know. Now, this is all the ushers. So if you ever go to the Royal Opera House and you want to know about a specific painting, or they would have learnt about it. They would be able to give you information on that just there and then. And we all had to learn that. And so the girl, when she was sort of like, obviously she would have had to have a real interest in Harry Potter, because there's no point in not having an interest in it and then just they're just giving off facts. But she clearly was interested in it. She would have been given something to memorize, to read and all of that, and then be able to incorporate it for the gallery, because when people come down, they will, but sometimes she didn't even wait for you to ask questions. It was just nice to be informed, and she could tell you about this, that, and the other. I really found it enjoyable.
I've got to say, you've got to have that enthusiasm each and every time.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to King's Cross Station on platform 9, there's a shop called 9 3/4, which is obviously a Harry Potter shop. And just by that shop in King's Cross Station, you'll see it's quite clever how they've done it. They've cut the half cage, haven't they, with the luggage.
Like a trolley.
That's right. So it's that scene that Harry goes into the platform. And of course, the idea is the attendants then will take your photograph And what they tend to do is somebody takes your photographs and they put a scarf around you, and they sort of wiggle the scarf. So when they're taking the photograph, it looks like you're flying into
or somebody's lifts up your scarf. They move out the way. Someone takes a picture, so it looks like you're rushing into the wall.
Now, not criticising, but I've been there as well, and some of them look so bored. Right, next.
They're very miserable, yeah. And I'm very
next.
I am quite, but if you think about it, the amount of volume of people that come in all day, every day, can be quite tiring. And what I think they should do is you should probably get maybe an hour stint doing however many, because it must be, you must get hundreds and hundreds of people per day looking to take a photo of, at the platform with 9 3/4. Hey, Top of the Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Fish and chip smell.
That is.
You love it, love it, love it, love it.
Do you know what? We're becoming far too familiar with you guys. You're just sitting there eating.
Yeah, we're just eating, and because normally we would eat around this time, but I think that normally I would imagine it would be, drama students or something like that doing that sort of thing. So, therefore, if you are a drama student, you would normally have. We're good, thank you, Tom. Tom's asking how we are.
We're good. How are yourself? How are you getting on? Okay.
And I think that when you are sort of doing that sort of position or that sort of role, you need to be enthusiastic and not because people are coming from all over the country or all over the world to, go to the Warner Brothers studio or wherever it is, and then, do the old trolley. So I think that you should get the enthusiasm that comes with it. I mean, when you go to Universal or Disney, everybody's enthusiastic. I don't think I've come across a cast member who's been miserable. So I think we should give them the same courtesy when people come here and they want to be involved in that world. They're very like, oh, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter.
Oh, Tom said it was his graduation Saturday.
Oh, wow. And he's putting it together.
On a video.
Wow.
Well, congratulations. Well done.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations.
There you go. I got my Starbucks. Cheers to you, sir. Congratulations.
Ching, ching. Ooh.
That's really well played. Well done. I'm really happy for you, actually. That's really, really good news.
And my cousin, he got his. My mum's going to his graduation. And I called him up and I said, oh, congratulations. I left him a message, should I say, to say congratulations, but congratulations to everyone who's, going to graduate or has graduated. And yeah, it's just lovely.
I'll be having something stronger than Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Or you could put something stronger in Starbucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, big shout out to Tom. If you want to watch his video, Talk with Tom, he will be showing, if I'm right, Tom, your graduation online. Yeah,
got to love the Friday Starbucks, yeah.
You know what, Minnie? We're getting so predictable. They say, right, those guys getting Starbucks. How are you, though, Minnie? You okay? How's everything been? Do you have a good week since we last saw you Tuesday?
Yes, since we last saw it. Tom says it was a year delayed because of COVID.
Oh, of course, because you graduated before, so you're just waiting for the ceremony more than anything.
I think that was the case for a lot of people.
Yeah,
things were delayed because I know that a lot of people were quarantined on campus and all of this type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There was a debacle on food deliveries and all of that type of stuff.
Well, I used to live off takeaways when I was a student.
No, I did see the strawberry Starbucks, and I said to Mark, shall we do it on the live? But then I thought against it, and I thought, you know what, we'll do a separate video. We might do it on the live, I don't know. Maybe on Tuesday.
Yeah, we were thinking that. Do we do it as a separate video? Do we do it on the live? So this is kind of a review stroke mukbang stroke live stroke actually I'm enjoying my curry sauce, sorry, with my chips.
I know Mark's just inhaling his food and I'm just like Mine has hardly gone down, but Mark, I mean, he's almost finished.
I'm worried it's going to go off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, Tom said if you get it in now, you should get a good amount of views. Yeah, we were thinking actually, Tom, thank you, we were thinking of doing that.
Yeah, I should have done it today. I did think about it, and then I just thought, oh, do you know what? I want to do it when we've got sort of time, I suppose. So maybe
tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Maybe that is one of the videos that we'll do.
Me said, yeah, I'm good. I had a good week. Saw my friends for the first time in them a bit yesterday, and it was so nice. And I had an amazing time.
Ah, did you go out and do anything, or did you just like chill at home and sort of catch up? It was nice when my friend came. She came last Saturday, wasn't it? Eve stayed. So last week, on Saturday, we went for breakfast at Toby Carvery, which we need to upload. It's all done now. I just need to upload it. Oh no, do we need to do an outro for that one?
We need to do an outro.
We forgot to do an out. We've been forgetting to do outros these days. So we need to do an outro for that. But other than that, it's pretty much done. And then after that, she came back, she chilled here, and it was so nice. And she stayed over. And it was just so nice to sort of like catch up and things like that. So yeah.
Tom said he can't be bothered to do a video on them. He just wants to see what it tastes like. I know what you're saying. I think one of those things is we end up doing that. You end up sort of setting up the camera, and then you've got to start tasting it. But yeah, I think we will do. I think there's a couple of new drinks, aren't there?
Yeah, I think there's three new drinks.
Oh, so Minnie went for a shopping excursion, shopped around, chatted, and catched up.
Nice.
That's really nice, actually. So it's all outdoors. You can all spend time outside.
Because we've got a big garden and all that. Everything's done outside and all of that, so that's quite nice for us, really. And then
it's not that big a garden, but
no.
Yeah.
Well,
it does the trick.
I think we've got the biggest garden.
Whatever.
No.
For London, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Did you buy anything nice, Minnie? Did you get anything nice to eat?
She said she shopped around.
Oh no! When I say something nice to eat, sorry, shopping. So it could have been anything.
Well, yeah, but you do go. Normally, when I go out shopping, I eat as well.
Yeah. I'm on my fish now.
Oh, look at that! He's on his fish.
Chips gone.
Yeah, chips was gone. Curry sauce gone. Mushy peas gone.
I don't mess around, me.
And I've still got a feast in front of me.
Now I'm a bit weird, as you probably know. I like to eat them all in sections. So I'll eat the chips first, then the fish, and then I'm done. But I know you like to have it all in there.
I like to have it all together. I don't see the sense of eating things separately. So if I want a bit of fish with chips, as it should be, fish and chips, I like to have it, with my chips.
So I like to compartmentalize my thing, put it into little components.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
It shows how your mind works.
Yeah, probably. That's probably not good.
Compartmentalize, yeah.
I'll be in some psychologist chair doing that. So yeah, well, you're munching. You see, this is never good with our lives because if one of us is chewing, you can't talk. Yeah, so I'm wondering if Minnie bought anything nice. We will go back to Tom's thing. Yeah, I think we will have a look at that. We did miss one of them. What was the Starbucks we missed? Was it not bubblegum? We did the bubblegum. There was one we missed.
Not Starbucks. Costa.
Was it a Costa one? Yeah, there was one Costa we
haven't missed it. It's still on.
No, I'm sure there was a flavour you said in Starbucks that we missed. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, matcha.
There we are, the matcha.
They have matcha tea. But I think they do have iced matcha. I just don't think they have blended matcha. But if we went in, they would blend it.
Yeah, true. Matcha coming at you. Right, Minnie says, yes, we walked around the different shops and chilled out a nice park for a bit. And yes, it was an amazing time. I got my notebook for my summer program and I got a swimsuit off when you can go swimming. Look at that, all ready to go for this summer.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's been a bit mixed here actually. Sort of sun one minute, then it's cloudy the next, then it rains, then it's back to full sun, and then it's cloudy. So I hope it's all nice and sunny for you there in sweet Canada.
Because I did a barbecue yesterday.
Yeah, we did. So yeah.
So basically, before Mark started work, he got all the bits and pieces out. And then he worked. And then I came down and sort of started. I started at about 10 o'clock? 10:30, something like that. Put the baked potatoes, I washed up all the baked potatoes, put them on. Started my marinades. So like I like to do a marinade. Sometimes I'll use barbecue sauce, but then I'll add stuff to it. Or sometimes I might do it with oyster sauce, or sometimes I'll just make my own complete marinade. It just depends. So I did a bit of soy sauce, some sesame seed oil, some chili, some different things, and then garlic, and I added it all with the barbecue sauce. And then I marinated the steaks. And then I took some fish out the freezer the night before. And when I woke up in the morning, they were still frozen. I was like, oh my God.
Were they?
Yeah.
I ate those.
Not still frozen, as in they weren't quite softened, so I had to take them out of the freezer altogether, out of the fridge altogether. No, they were soft. By the time I marinated them, they were.
See, now Kelly can be bothered with all that. I can't be bothered with marinades and stuff like that. It's very good.
Yeah, like with me, so one of his fishes, which was the sea bass, was already defrosted, but the cod was still a bit frozen. So I left that out because fish doesn't take that long to defrost anyway. So I left that out for about an hour, hour and a half or something like that, because I cooked his cod then separately. So I put his sea bass in the oven with the marinade and let that cook with the so basically I let the potatoes cook for a couple of hours, and then for the last half hour I put on his sea bass. Then by that point his fish had defrosted, and I then went and put my steak on the barbecue. Then after that I went to fry his fish, but the pan dropped on the floor.
Oh God, I heard this. I was working away with this bang, 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 bang.
Oh, and it was, and basically I had been melting garlic butter and olive oil in the pan. So I had just gone to check on it, and it had browned quite nicely. And I thought, cool, I can go and get the fish now, because I'd already washed the fish. I'd washed the fish, I'd washed prawns. I did a prawn pesto pasta with olives and mozzarella and sun-dried tomatoes and all of the good stuff. So when I went outside, the pan dropped on the floor. I was like, oh my God. So then I had to get a new pan. But this time I didn't even bother waiting for the butter to brown. I just thought, you know what, let me just get on with this. So I've got a new pan, put that out, had washed all the fish, then started to fry his stuff while my stuff was on the grill, while my stuff was grilling. But it was a really delicious barbecue. It was the food, but you couldn't tell me which one you preferred, whether you preferred the sea bass or the fish, because the cod I fried and the sea bass I baked.
I think I prefer the cod.
Yeah, the fried.
Both good. Now, as you can see, I've been very quiet while Kelly's talking, because I could just munge on this.
Yeah.
But I put that down for a second. No, now that's a lot of work. I've got to say, but it was very, very nice.
Yeah.
But, one thing I would always recommend is we did invest a while ago. It wasn't that expensive, actually, in a gas barbecue.
Yeah.
So you can buy the little separate gas containers, and you just plug that in, and it just really saves a lot of thing on cooking the coals and stuff. Oh, so Minnie said, yeah, it's cloudy today. I'm going to rain later on and all weekend. Oh no! Coming in the week, it's going to clear up, so hopefully it'll be nice. I'm glad it turned out for you after dropping the pan. I enjoyed your food.
Oh no!
Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, no, last year we didn't actually do that many barbecues, did we?
We didn't, but it just turned out on the same day last year we had a barbecue.
Oh yeah, you had that Facebook thing, didn't you? That tells you what you did last year.
And then on the same day in 2018, we did a barbecue.
Really?
Yeah, it was only 2019 that was missing. So 2018, 2020, and this year we did a barbecue on the same day. Crazy.
There we go. So in actual fact, it must be something about that day. Yeah, I was going to say, actually, we do enjoy doing the barbecues as well, but I definitely recommend going with those gas ones.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
It's a lot easier. Now, listen, the taste of charcoal is much better.
Yes,
I'm not going to lie. And it's a lot, obviously, you need to get it burning for a while, and it doesn't last as long, because with the gas one, you got constant heat. But yeah, I've got to say, I'm really glad we did buy that. It's only a small one.
We've got a small one and a big one.
Yeah, but it's only for the two of us.
Yeah. The small one, which is for the two of us, but I just can't cook the food at the same time, which is annoying.
Well, the best time I find of these barbecues is actually at the end of the season. They go massively down in price, and you just sort of save them for the next year.
Yeah.
But was it Home Base near us was doing some real stuff. They just want to get rid of the stock, so they were selling them for about £50-60, reduced from 200.
Yeah.
Just to try and get shot of them. So I was going to say, guys, do you do many barbecues? Minnie, I think you were going to do some barbecues just purely because of the weather's been, well, not recently, but the weather has been nice.
And do people prefer, like, when the summertime comes, cooking outside? Because I actually prefer cooking outside.
Yeah, I think so.
I prefer the barbecue. I prefer all of that type of stuff. So what is your preference? What is it you like? Do you prefer like it cooking inside, or do you prefer cooking outside and all of that type of stuff? I mean, for me, I find it easier to cook outside.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure about easier. I think it's more. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's the experience. I think, like I said, it's synonymous with summer. You got nice, you got chilled out. You're outside. You're sometimes with family, with friends, and you get that nice, relaxed thing. We tried barbecuing once in the winter for your birthday. Do you remember? And it just didn't work. It was we did with coals, and the trouble is the coals they cool so quickly. Yeah. So I think, and you burnt all the corn. So it didn't. I think
I can't remember that.
Yeah. So the coal's obviously hot for a bit, and then because it was in November, it was really cold that, and I think it started to rain. I had to put the umbrella over the barbecue.
Oh, well, I can't.
So this is a long time ago. This is a long time.
Hey, Eve.
Hi, Evelyn. Hola.
Yeah, hola.
Evelyn will know about our barbecues.
Yep. Well, Evelyn and Alicia will know about our barbecues.
Oh yeah, of course, Alicia will know about barbecues.
I think that I prefer cooking outside. I prefer sort of being in the open air, cooking outside, all of that type of stuff. In the summertime, I don't want to be in the kitchen in the summertime. I want to be outside cooking. In
the summertime when the weather is... Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's what I prefer. I prefer the cooking outside, to be honest. So I like when you get the grills out, and then, you know, whether I'm frying fish for you or whatever, and then, you know, sort of barbecuing meat for me or whatever, and I find it quicker.
Do you know what? The other thing about barbecue is that smell just reminds me of holidays. As Evelyn and Alicia will remember, when we went to Mauritius, there was just that constant smell of barbecue. I love that barbecue smell. Actually, in the United States, when we went, both Vegas and Florida, you'd get that waft of that really nice barbecue smell, sort of sticky, sweet smell.
What happened on Wednesday? I went to post a letter, and I could I could smell so much barbecue happening. I thought, tomorrow I'm doing a barbecue. I knew I had meat in the fridge and stuff, so I knew in the freezer, so I had to take that out of the freezer. But yeah, when I think of when I smell that smell, I just think summertime.
Oh, thank you, bless you, Alicia. Alicia said Kelly Mark's barbecue is always amazing. You end up in a food coma. You'll never go home hungry. I miss your barbecue. Oh, but you know what? The funniest was, I'm not going to mention their name because we're obviously doing a live, but somebody did come to one of our barbecues once, and they and they ate, and this person ate, and I thought, wow, they're putting it away, and they're quite a petite person, and they ate, 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 and they ate. And anyway, they disappeared for a little bit. So of course I'm constantly coming in and out the house to get things, take things from the kitchen into the barbecue, and I found that person on the sofa here, bent over like this, going. So I said, "You're right." They went, "Oh no, I've eaten too much." I thought, okay, but they ate.
But then later on, ate again.
Yeah, they're eating, and then, like I said, a very petite person. So I don't like to mention names, but it was funny. Oh, I thought I was laughing. I don't normally laugh at someone's misfortune, but that was actually quite.
And that was brought on by self. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Alicia wants a Copperberg so she can need another one to gate crash Kellen Mark's drinking stash. Do you know what? Block your ears, Alicia. Block your ears. We actually had to throw away quite a bit of Copperberg because it all gone out of date. So we ordered a lot in for the barbecue. And we were thinking as well. So this is back in 2019, and we thought it's fine. We'll use it in 2020 for the next barbecue. And of course, because we've had COVID, it just didn't happen at all. So then obviously what happened is it gone out of date by then, and we've had to sling it. We don't like to give people gone out of date booze. No. So yeah, we had to get rid.
What it is? What it is we have a family barbecue every year.
Yeah, sorry, Minnie. This is we didn't make this clear.
Yeah, so we have a family barbecue every year, and there's all types of things. So what I like to do is basically my job starts 2 days, a day or two before the actual barbecue.
When she says her job, she means job working on the barbecue.
Yeah, so working on the barbecue. So basically what I do is I start marinating. I get in all the meat and everything. And what you will find at our barbecue, there'll be salmon, there'll be sirloin steak, there'll be lamb leg steak, and there'll be pork chops. Then alongside that, you will I'll have my aunt make a salad. Obviously burger rolls, and there'll also be sausages, hot dogs, that sort of thing. So you'll have rolls for that. And then Alicia will make her famous peppered prawns and what you call it, jerk pork. And then you'll have Evelyn will make her famous potato salad, which I love.
That's so good.
And then you know, other family members, like my aunt will do gâteau brésil, which is like a fried aubergine. I'll film that one day so that you can see what it is. It's like an aubergine fritter, or what do they call it? Eggplant fritter. For if you know it as eggplant, like a fried eggplant fritter. So you have all these, and then you know, then people bring cake and things like that. So there's lots and lots of food. So Mark and I will spend the entire. So basically, I will start marinating the meat 1 or 2 days before, so that the flavor really gets in the meat. Then I have like a couple of friends come early on the day. So on the morning, Mark and I will, because the chairs would have been in the back shed, and so we'll need to wash and wipe all of that down and all that in the morning, and then let it dry in the sun. And we start the barbecue roughly around 2 o'clock, don't we? Sometimes 2, 3 o'clock time we start.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So then that gives the chairs, because if they're mesh chairs, they need time to dry and things like that. So we leave them out to dry. The Mark starts the barbecues, and you know, he hangs up flags, you know, the Mauritian flag and the British flag, and things like that. And we sort of start to get the garden ready and all of that. And then I'm sort of like wrapping up baked potatoes. Well, I would have done that the night before, sort of wrapping up baked potatoes and things like that. So we have sweet potato, we have normal baked potato, and all of that type of stuff. And then I'll start cooking them in the oven, because I like baked potatoes to be, you know, to be cooking for about 2 hours. I know some people think, oh yeah, an hour, but I like, you know, 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, that sort of thing. So they'll be in the oven. And we normally get about, we normally have about 40 people normally, maybe just under, or maybe sometimes just over. It just depends. So we need to have enough food in to cater for all those people. So, you know, I'm thinking, right, in my mind, I'm already planning it. I've got to get burgers, I've got to get sausages, I've got to get steak, I've got to get pork, I've got to get this. So my list starts from like the week before, 2 weeks before. Right, I need this, and this. So then all the marinating happens and all of that type of thing happens, and then then Mark and I start cooking. We make sure we've got enough drink for everyone, and then other people bring drink. Like some people bring Pims, some people bring Baileys, some people bring Koppelberg, some people bring Recorderlig, all of that type of stuff. And we would have bought loads anyway. And then we have the normal, you know, the spirits and things like that. And then that's it. And that's our day, sort of trying to feed everyone, really.
And it does go on for quite a while. So Alicia said our family is huge, which it is.
Yeah.
Minnie said, sounds like a lot of good food to go around. My family likes to do family barbecues also in the summer.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, we love it. I don't know if we like all the work that goes into it.
No, that is the downside.
But I like it when the whole family get together and we're just sitting around, we're chatting. And people say, when are you going to come sit down and join us? And I'm thinking, I've got to feed everyone first.
Yeah, I know. You are busy doing those. I've got to say, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is really good to do. So, Minnie, what would you do for your family barbecues, just out of interest? Because it sounds like you have nice ones as well. Would you have, how many sort of guests would you have round? What kind of things would you serve up? I'm really interested to actually see what a traditional Canadian barbecue would be like, if it's similar to ours or slightly different. I did watch a lot of the YouTube. So there's quite a few YouTube ones I watched. And I forgot they were called. There's an American group. They called something like some pit bulls or something like that. And what they do is they do a lot of barbecuing, almost like bikers doing barbecuing.
Oh, really?
And they did one which they called it was beer can burger. So what you do is you get your patty and you put a beer can in and you form the meat around the beer can, and you take the beer can out and you cook that like cup of meat, and then you put bacon and egg, and then you cook that around there.
That doesn't sound like my type of thing.
Well,
you know, sometimes like
it's a little bit different, but I know I don't eat that, but it looks really interesting.
You know, sometimes you watch these programs and you're just thinking, really, I'm just trying to get a barbecue together. I haven't got time to make beer can
burgers.
I mean, who's got time to do that?
Right, Minnie says so. We do like different foods, like burgers and maybe steaks. We do roasted corn and baked potato, nice and crispy skins on them, and salad, which is nice. Oh, you know, with the corn, now I always get the corn wrong because every time I do it, I've got a really bad habit of burning it because the temperature's so high. Is there a secret to it, Minnie? Do you douse them in oil or put water on them, or do you just cook them as they are? And do you add anything on them? So do you put like a spice on them, salt, pepper, paprika, or anything like that, or do you just have them as they are?
The way I did it this time round was I boiled them first, but I seasoned the water. So, you know, I had chili and I had, what do you call it, pepper, salt, garlic, I put different seasonings in there. I boiled it. And then after a little bit, I took them off and then put them on the grill. And they were really, I didn't put your one on the grill because obviously it had been meat on it, but your one I just gave you once it was boiled. But my one, I was able to put on the grill and, you know, have that little bit of char. And I just think if your meat isn't charred a little bit, well, a lot, and if your corn isn't charred, that's not barbecue. It has to be charred a little bit. Do you know what I mean? In order for it to be barbecue.
Minnie said if they're around her cousin's house, she'd have about 10 people. If it's around her grandma's house, it's 10 to 15 people. So quite a nice gathering. Actually.
Yeah.
Funny enough, my brother from the States, he brought me back a load of they're like mats. Yeah, actual sort of, they look like plastic mats. And the idea with these mats is you chuck them on the barbecue and they can take intense heat. But they were really good, actually. So I put that on the barbecue, and I could put like chopped onions on there, chopped mushrooms, and have that and fry that on these mats. It's good because obviously you couldn't do that because it'll just go through into the runs onto the coals. But these mats are really good, but I can't find them in this country. So thank you for sending those. I do use them.
He does, yeah.
I do use them, and they're really, really handy to have. But there you go. So Minnie said my dad roasts them on the higher rack. So on the higher rack. Yeah. So we're talking about the corn in the barbecues, and we season them ourselves with salt, butter, etc. But I don't know if he does anything before buttering them on the grill. But yeah, okay. I reckon you don't want to share your secret. There's a secret family recipe. Well, fair enough, actually.
Mark smokes them sometimes, and when he smokes them, they're really nice.
It's so difficult to get that right. But with I bought it said a smoker set. All it is it looks like a big metal cigar box. You open it up and you put what do you call them? Wood chips in there. Of course, you have to soak the wood chips so they don't burn. And then you put the wood chips in there, and you put that in with the coals. Then you put your corn on the grill, and then you have to have one of those barbecues with a lid. So you put the lid on, and you just leave that. And then what happens is the heat really heats up those chips, and those chips then smoke, and that's what gives it that smoky. It gives it a really nice smoky flavour. And he said, "You're making me hungry with all the food talk."
I know. I mean, that's all we do is talk about food, I think.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Well, we haven't been able to talk about holidays for a
little bit. That's the thing. We're waiting for, you know, we want to book these holidays, and they're changing it to this and they're changing it to that. And one minute, you know, you need your vaccine, and then the next minute it's like, oh, you can test negative, and then the next minute, well, if you're going to test negative, you need to take all these tests, and then, you know, and if you need to quarantine, and they're choosing the hotel, and it costs thousands to stay in the hotel, and they're putting something on a green list, and the next thing you know, it goes back on the red list, and it's just a minefield. So we can't plan anything properly yet until everything settles down properly.
But as we said, we're still doing quite a few trips into London, as you can see. We're trying to get back out there. We're trying a few shops and stuff. Minnie said, I don't know, because they already prepared when my family get there. The secret in the foil, because my grandma goes gets the stuff ready for when my dad comes, puts them in the grill. But I do know that he turns them often so they don't burn. Right, okay.
Right, yeah.
That's the secret.
Yeah.
I've got a really bad habit. I put them and I think I forget them. Oh no.
Yeah.
And then I have to go back and then I burn them. But I shall give that method a go.
Yeah. I think but then we have to get the other grill out, because obviously I keep on the meat one.
Oh god, I've really got to clean that.
Yeah.
I've really got to clean that one. So we've got a couple of barbecues, as we were saying, but yeah, that one I need to give it a good clean. I've not used that for a while.
Yeah, we've got there was at one point we had so many barbecues. I was we got to get rid of some of these barbecues.
We had loads, but do you know what? Not expensive ones. What used to happen is I'd buy a small cheap one. You can get some really cheap ones for like £10 or £20.
Yeah.
So we ended up buying a lot of these, and I thought this doesn't make any sense, but they rust really quickly.
Yeah.
So after, what I tend to do is in the summer we use them, I clean them all up, and then I put them in the shed and then leave them all winter, and then come the summer, bring them back out. But after so long, then they start to rust.
Yeah.
So we had about 6 or 7.
But we put a few out, and people took them. So we put I don't know how it is in Canada, but here you can put things out the front of your house, and then people come and if they want them, they can take them. So we had I don't know how many barbecues I put out there, and people took them, because some of them were fine. They weren't rusted or anything. It's just that we didn't have room for them, because
phone, kill that.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Kill the call.
But yeah, so they called earlier as well.
You can't do it live.
I'm just going to quickly take this call. You carry on, Mark.
All right, I'll carry on.
Hello?
Yeah, this is doing in the live. So we're carrying on live where Kelly's taking.
Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I think you best.
1 sec.
Leaving the live.
Yeah, sorry.
There we are. Anyway, so I shall take on for a while. So what did Minnie say? You could also take them out of the foil. So my dad does in both ways, and then fast just as good as he normally takes them out before. There's something he does. I do know he leaves the potatoes in the foil. Yeah, for us, I like the. Oh yeah, see the garbage pickup. If people want to see if they can take it, but if not, then the garbage people can take it away. Yeah, that's what we tend to do here as well. I put them at the front. But yeah, what happened was we had so many of these barbecues sort of lined up as well. Yeah, I sort of thought it was the taste, not the fast. Yeah, so we end up just chucking them out the front, but people will take them. What was I going to say? But in addition to that as well, so while we were doing the cooking and while we were doing all the barbecue as well, we always find that as well. If you do it all prepped up, ready to go, it's much, much easier. Oh, we're back now.
Yeah, you can move up one if you want
to.
I'll
move up one actually, because that's so you can tell that's it. This is definitely live when your phone's going.
Basically, I had a phone call earlier, and I don't know who it was, but I think they rung twice. So I thought it was the same call, and I thought, oh, maybe it's important, but it wasn't. It was somebody else, somebody else entirely. So yeah, it wasn't the same person who had called earlier, so that's fine. And that's it.
Well, that's the end of
that story.
Well, that's how a live goes.
Yeah, I just thought, oh my god, maybe it's the same person. Maybe I really do need to pick it up, but no, I didn't need to pick it up.
You'll never be able to do live telly like that. Yeah, just wait 1 minute. I'm just going to say, yeah, hello. Oh, really? Yeah. How are you? Oh, right. No.
So don't say. Oh my god.
So you can tell that's live. There you go.
But we were talking about barbecues.
Yeah, we were talking about barbecues. So Minnie was just asking. She said exactly the same in Canada. So you can actually put them up front, and somebody will take them. Right.
Okay. Yeah. And I always think that's a good thing, because if you can reduce waste, and someone else can sort of get used to something that you can no longer use or don't need anymore, I think that's a good thing, because there's plenty of people that need things, I think. And yeah, it was just nice to sort of put them out the front and somebody take them.
You'll probably notice that, I don't know, you probably didn't notice, but I was drifting my eye off that way because my eye was suddenly detracted by this. I saw that in the corner.
That's not for you. That's not for you.
You were talking, I was just like, that looks so good.
It's not for you.
There we are. I was going to say, so we must, do you know what, Ashfat, thank you to Tom, we will give that Starbucks, I'm changing the subject slightly, we will give that Starbucks another go. It really does look, quite nice, actually. Was it the strawberry one?
Yeah, it's strawberry and coconut. So I think that's going to be quite nice.
The strawberry, where are you going? The strawberry and cream one was really good. I really like that one.
Oh yeah, that's strawberries and cream, yeah. But that's the normal one that they do. But this one is a new one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks really good. It does really look good. So I'm look at it. Alicia's like, yuck, coconut. She doesn't like anything coconut, that girl. But
give it a go, Alicia. I think I'll make you some coconut mung beans when you come round. That is going to be my treat to you.
Carry on, taking mung beans. She'll give you that for Christmas present.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love coconut. I like coconut flavored things.
Nah, mate.
No, rather than the actual coconut itself, I think. Because sometimes when I eat coconut, there's a lot of chewing involved, and my jaw gets really, really tired. So I don't always like. I love the taste of coconut, and I do like eating coconut. I just don't like all the chewing that's involved. But when you go to Mauritius, you have the coconut.
the green coconut. So the green coconut, you can actually put your straw in like that and just drink it out, and it's delicious. I love coconut milk. But I'm surprised, Alicia, you don't like it, because I know you like your prawns. When we went to Florida, now, Minnie, when you were in Florida, in Orlando, did you ever go to Bahama Breeze? It's a restaurant called Bahama Breeze, which is Caribbean
I love
fusion.
Bahama Breeze.
And they do they do this amazing coconut shrimp. I remember talking to one guy, we were talking about Florida, and he said to me, he goes, have you ever been to the place called Bahama Breeze? I said, yeah. And before we said anything, he went, oh, the coconut shrimp. That coconut shrimp. So it's this basically, Alicia, very similar to what you would do with your prawns. So you would have your prawns, you dip them in a batter, and then you have that batter in desiccated coconut. So it gives it that and you deep fat fry that. It's almost like panko breadcrumbs, really.
Yeah.
Oh, Minnie, it's really good. It really is good. I would really recommend it if you do get a chance.
If you, I'm sure you will go back to Florida. It's on International Drive. It's at the Point Orlando end. They also have one at the airport, and they also have one near Mall Millennia as well, I believe. But if you ever are there and you see a Bahama Breeze, especially in the evening, if you sit outside, they play the steel pan drums. Oh, so lovely, especially on a hot evening, and they sort of play. It's very tropical. But yeah, the food there is always good. We always eat there.
So Alicia said, I can do green coconut, but I can't do things like pina colada or curries with coconut in. Oh, the absolute opposite. That's what Kelly absolutely loves.
I don't like, I don't really eat coconut in a curry, but I will have coconut milk in a curry.
If you like pina colada.
But I love pina colada. I mean, you're crazy if you don't like pina colada. That's all I can say.
Oh, there's got to be a fight. I must say, I'm a really, really, really big fan of coconut milk. I know, that's why she said it. As a complete wind up.
I love it. I love pina colada.
Actual fact, Minnie will remember, we were talking about cocktails on Tuesday.
Yeah,
mocktails on Tuesday. And yeah, it looked quite good. So some of them.
Yeah, I some of the mocktail pina coladas are really. There's a couple that I've tried and they're so good. They're really creamy and
if you like pina, I don't know. I'm gonna keep saying that every time we say pina colada. Alicia said nasty coconut milk. Yuck.
Oh, you're crazy. But to be fair, you say that about everything until you taste it. So
yeah, Leash.
You say that about everything.
What about you, Minnie? Do you like coconut milk? Would you? Not a fan of it. Like it. Don't mind it. Not really had it.
I love Thai green curry.
No,
Thai green
no.
curry. Ooh,
No,
nice.
no.
Yeah,
I
love Thai green curry.
I'm with Alicia on that one. I can't stand Thai green curry. That's not
Love it.
Not something I like.
Love it all.
I'd like. It's funny actually. I like coconut milk, but I just don't like it in a main dish.
It's not that you don't like it in a main dish because you have it when I cook the curry. You don't like the lemongrass, I think.
I think that is.
Yeah. Because when I cook curry, it's got coconut milk in it.
Alicia said, yes, Mark. Or yeast, Mark. Yeah, I thought you said yes. But it sounds cool. I said yeast. Yeast.
But yeah, I am looking forward to going on holiday again.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
I'm sorry, this is calling. Let me just have one sip.
Can you believe it?
Oh, that's really sweet. It's like liquid.
And then when he sees me drinking again, I go, oh yeah, can I have a taste?
Yeah, why not?
Oh yeah, but it's really sweet. No, oh yeah, but the next time, can I have a sip?
Whoa. I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said it's very sweet. It's like drinking liquid toffee. Now that does sound nice, actually. Liquid toffee. It's quite Moorish, actually. You think, oh, that's sweet. No, that's sweet. And then you think, oh, actually, let me have a bit more.
I like, like when you melt chocolate and that's beautiful to eat the chocolate when it's melted.
Well, actually, that was funny actually because you had when you did the melted chocolate. So when Kelly did her melted chocolate strawberries, and
somebody ate.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I ate the entire bowl that was left of chocolate. That chocolate was really good. Mm-hmm. Is that a special chocolate?
It's a special melting chocolate, yeah, because the way that it hardens is not the same way as other chocolates harden and things like that. So
Alicia said, would you like some frap with that drizzle? Right, now Kelly is renowned. Look how much drizzle is on there. Can you see that where my finger is there? That's got so much drizzle in it. I don't want to upset it, but if you look at the base, that is just pure drizzle. That's all just settled.
That's not drizzle.
That's all drizzle.
Oh, yeah, it is.
See? That's all drizzle.
And I didn't even ask them for extra drizzle this time. I just was like, so they put extra drizzle in it.
I used to say that actually as a joke to the person because when I used to go and order for Kelly, I've got to ask for extra drizzle and then more on top. So they put there and he says, is that enough? I said, no,
because you know what they do? And it's just like little bits. And I'm just thinking, hang on a second, that's not drizzle.
Well, do you know what I had to do? So one guy, I know how much Kelly likes. She'll just send me back if I don't get enough on there. So I went with one, and this guy went like this, and then there you go. I said, whoa, can I have a bit more on that, please? I said, sorry, I don't mean to. Can you put a bit more on that, please? Again, I said, look, I'm not. Can you just, if you just keep going?
Yeah, I'll let you know when to stop.
If that's
because you know what they do? They do this, and that's it. And I'm like.
But as Alicia said, to one guy, as a joke, I just said, just pour a little bit of the frap in the drizzle jar, and then that will do. Kelly was like that. But.
Nah, I just think, especially like sometimes you pay for it, you pay for the drizzle, and then the little scant bit they give you. And I'm like,
yeah, as Alicia said, just give me the drizzle bottle, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, let me do it.
Funny enough, there was a fish and chip shop where we used to live. And when we used to go in there, the guy would always do that. When you have salt and vinegar, he would just go, please. And he, of course, he just basically what he meant by that was just do it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is all pre-COVID. This is a long time ago. But yeah, that was a really good. So I can imagine they should do the same with the drizzle jar. Although there'd be nothing there. I see, Eden likes coconut.
She loves the baby coconut, the one with the cream. So, you know, it's the baby coconut, right? The one with the light cream. Sometimes they can be really generous and other times just the smallest amount. Anytime I get a good amount, it makes me happy. Exactly.
But never, I think the good thing I will say, Minnie, about Starbucks is they are very, very good in terms of customer service. If you ask for something extra, they will do it. I've never, ever been refused.
I've never been refused, but for me, there are some better ones than others. Like, you know, you will have a few in the area and you'll have your favorite one that you go to and you get to know the staff and all of that type of stuff. Now, when I was working in London, there was a couple of Starbuckses dotted around and they knew me well enough I didn't even have to say, can you put extra, or can you do this, or can you do that? And Evelyn's very much the same. She likes her coffee heated to a certain degrees. Because when you start going regularly, they know you. So that when she goes to a regular one, they don't even have to ask, they just do it. But what I don't like is sometimes when you get a newbie, and don't get me wrong, I think, do you know what I mean? I'm not down on newbies or anything like that. But what I am down on is that the regular staff member is not watching over the newbie to say, right, okay, because when I train someone, I'm like, right, okay, this is what you do, da, 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 da. And until they are confident and have got it on point, I don't leave their side. I don't leave their side. Now, I understand that Starbucks can be very, very busy, and trust me, it can be very busy. But, you need to be, I think, hands-on in, because the customer is paying for something. So I think you just have to get it right, and you just have to be with them and give them the confidence. I went into Costa the other day, and I had to repeat my order, I swear, about 7 times because she wasn't getting what I was saying, and then the machine was playing up and all. So I could tell she was relatively new. And she was speaking to the guy, and every time she was speaking to the other guy, she had to come back to me and then ask me what I'd asked for, and I was like, I want a mint chocolate mint chocolate, because by the 7th time, because now there's a queue building up behind me, and I was just like, oh my god, and then I said, right, I want the vanilla coconut latte, and I want them, I'd like a large. And then they were telling me, oh, we don't do a large, we do a medium. But when they handed me the drink, it looked like a small, and all of this. And so he made the coconut latte, while she then went and made my mint choc chip. She over blended the mint, so there was hardly any choc chips in there and all of this. And I was just like, and the guy was busy, and I think he was like really fed up by this point, not because of me, but because I think in general that there was a crowd building up at the door. It'd been a long day. Another staff member had, bye, see you later, and there's a queue out the door, and you're just thinking, oh my god.
He likes to create the queue.
I'm just like, oh, like, she's like, yeah, bye, see you later. She's off, she's doing her thing. And if that's her time to leave, that's her time to leave. No one is saying she should be doing overtime and stuff.
So I was going to say, Minnie said, yeah, if I'm really feeling it, I'll ask for extra drizzle. But normally I don't. But when I don't, and they give me the generous amount, it always makes my mood better. It makes me happy too.
Aww,
do you know that shows you should just always ask for extra if it makes you happy?
Yeah, just ask for the extra.
Ask for extra.
Can I get extra drizzle, please?
And if you don't, get Kelly to go with you, because she will make sure she.
All right, can I have some extra drizzle, please?
Because Kelly will go. Can I have some extra? No, a bit more. A bit more, please.
And there's one girl, and she's quite jovial with me. She goes, I don't even know what, I just don't put a load on there because I like a load on there myself. And I was, so then we end up laughing. But it's just nice to sort of, do you know what I mean? To go somewhere and then they know your order. And I really enjoy that.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
You all right?
We are just talking about Starbucks. Good evening, friends. Yes, good evening. We're just talking about asking for extra drizzle and things like that. And, I like it when you get to the point where
You've also just missed me scoff all my fish and chips. That's Kelly's.
Mark's finished his, right? I'm still pretty much the same as when we started this, right? It's still that. But Mark's inhaled his. I don't know how he does it, but
years of practice.
Him and the brother and the father and all that. I just don't know how they do it, to be honest. Haddock, no, it's what did he say?
Me said might as well ask, but the bottle they use to get the best amount of drizzle topping.
Yeah. No, I am having cod. So I've got cod, a battered sausage, and chips. And Mark gave me a no,
I was going to show Mark. Yeah. And on top, for extra healthiness, you've gone for an extra drizzled frappuccino.
I didn't ask for extra drizzle. They put extra drizzle on it.
Oh.
I just asked for whipped cream. That's it.
Oh.
No, yeah.
The cream's gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, the cream is on top.
Alicia said, yeah, that would have gone by now. Of course.
Yeah.
I just put me on. I'm like a Hoover. I just hoover it all up. Yeah, so we're doing that. Yeah. So definitely go for the extra drizzle, Minnie.
Yes.
Yeah, they must know you.
Yes, they do. But yeah, I like it when you get to know the
Alicia, you know.
I like it when you get to know the people in the shops that you go to regularly, and then they know your order. You don't have to say this. You can have a really good chat with them. You can have a jovial chat with them and all of this. And I love that. And even when we go to Lanzarote at the Golden Corner, once we've been a couple of times, and Evelyn will tell you, once we've been a couple of times, they know our order. So then we don't have to say, right, we want this, 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 and this.
Now, that being said, though, Mark, it's not always a good thing. When I was a student, we used to go to myself and my other flatmate at the time. We used to go to the same kebab house almost every day because we just didn't know how to cook. And it got so bad that we'd walk in there one day and the guy behind the thing said, usual gents. I thought, this is not a good sign.
Usual gen, yeah.
Yeah, that he knew exactly I said to my flatmate Joe, we're going in here far too regularly for him to know what our regular order is.
I think it's nice.
Yeah, I know. For coffee, it's different. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I think in general, it's just nice when you go somewhere quite often and they know your order. They know what you like. There's no oh, can you do a bit of this? Can you do a bit of that? Can I ask this? Can I ask that? It's just nice.
True. I do like that. Do you know what? There is something to be said, actually, familiarity.
Mark, you're going to be shocked. I'll email you.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mark. Yeah. So Mark's just asked how much it costs for the fish and chips. Can't we relay it?
We can. It was 41 pounds, 42 pounds.
Oh gosh, you didn't tell me the price of that.
42 pounds.
42 pounds for 2 fish and chips.
But you're saying 2 fish and chips. Hang on a second, right? We got 2 small chips, right? Of which Mark inhaled, obviously. We got 1 curry sauce. We got 1 mushy peas. We got 1 what do you call it? A calamari. We got 2 fish, and then I got 1 battered sausage. Oh, and I got onion rings as well, but they never
Did they charge you for that?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it charged you,
Oh,
and then it was them that called and said, oh yeah, they're being a bit funny. They need me to call. But what I think is a bit funny, now when you use all of these services like Just Eat and Deliveroo and all of that type of stuff, and you phone them, I think they keep you on the phone to make up the money that they have to refund you. So basically, when I called Just Eat,
Yeah, but they wouldn't see that money.
They wouldn't see the money, but Just Eat will see the money.
Not if they keep you on the phone, surely.
Yes, if you phone Just Eat, so basically you order through Just Eat, right? If something doesn't come, Just Eat has to refund you the money. But that way they lose the money because they get a percentage of the restaurant, right? So because the restaurant uses them or whatever, so basically whenever you order through Just Eat or Deliveroo, it costs more because they have to charge to make the commission. So go on.
Sorry, no, sorry, I'm lost now.
Right. So if there's a takeaway down the corner on the corner, and then some Jim or whoever, Peter, Paul, Mary, says to you, can you go and get my food? And you said, all right, I'm going to charge you. And then you work out with the restaurant, well, if I come every day, can I make some take some of the commission? So if somebody makes an order, you take that commission. It's a commission-based thing.
Oh, yeah. We got a new comment actually from Emma. Hello, Emma. Hello, I used to work over the road from a Costa, and every member of staff knew my order because I was there every day.
Exactly. And isn't it good, though, when you can go in every day and they know your order? You don't have to say X, Y, and Z. They already know it. In fact, as soon as you start walking through the door, they're already preparing your drink.
Well, I think they've had to redo Kelly so many times. That's why they know the order. Oh, my God. Mark said, I got a large cod, small chips, large peas, for £8.90. Rob got fish patty, large chips. Oh my God, for £5.60.
No. But therein lies the difference. London.
Welcome to London.
Yeah, exactly.
40 quid we spent on that. So
it was like, so we got a large battered sausage, 2 small, and I ordered everything small other than the battered sausage. I can't. They don't do small ones for some reason.
Well, do you know what? This is the thing with the local one as well. We've ordered large fish before, and there's no difference between large and small. So
you can't tell the difference.
There's no difference at all. So that's why we just go for small. I thought I'm not paying the extra just if it's going to be exactly the same price. But that's amazing. So, like I said, so for the same price, you pretty much got yours for what's that? About £13 something.
Yeah.
And then we paid 40 quid.
Large sausage £1.20. Now ours it's almost £3. I think it's like £2.70 or maybe £2.90 for a large fat sausage. Yeah, you got the chips.
Oh, you get a large sausage for Nasha.
Oh,
a little treat.
I bet he gets so excited when he sees that large sausage. He's getting, oh.
I can do brushing you teasing. Nasha, come on, boy. Here you go.
Bless him.
I bet he's there loving that.
No,
actually, going back to Emma's point, actually, do you know what? There is something nice doing that as well. When you go every day, you get to know, as Kelly says, you get to know the staff. They get to know you.
But then you start chatting about other things, which is what I enjoy. Like, there was a couple of people that we used to know really well, and they were telling you about their studies. One was taking a management course.
Yeah.
The other one was interested in magazines. One wanted to be a director, and all of that type of stuff. Some some people are, pardon me, just putting themselves through school, doing it while they're putting themselves through school. But other people are taking a career. There was one guy called, was he called Mark? He was called Mark, the one who was going to do a management course. For Starbucks to become the manager or something.
So we just got to know them really, really well. In actual fact, when you get to know them as well, it does make you want to go in there a lot more. Because we've been really, really lazy. Really, we get them delivered to us. Partly because we get the live coming through.
Yeah.
But we just got lazy as it is.
I think as well through the pandemic, it's been very convenient, and although, like with me, I don't really tie emotions to food. I don't like to be dictated by food. But what has been nice is, you don't have to cook and things like that. And because there was one point I was cooking all day for Mark to inhale it in 5 minutes, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm like so tired of cooking now, and I don't really enjoy cooking anyway. I do it, but I don't really enjoy it. Alicia enjoys the cooking stuff, but not really me. I like baking. I don't mind the baking stuff, but I mean, how much cake are you going to eat, to be honest? So it's just nice to be able to, ring somewhere and get something delivered. And, there are a couple of places where, you can get a nice breakfast delivered, or you can have something like fish and chips delivered. Or just nice places where you can just get something delivered and think, oh, do you know what, I'm gonna really enjoy this, because what was it you had the other day? You had sea bass and salmon and potato, mashed potato, and I ordered lamb leg steak with chips, and it came with a nice salad and all of that. Do you know what I mean? And so it's just nice to sort of like.
So, Alicia, do you know what? Alicia went, cake. That Mark raised a really good point. Your fish probably was caught in the same trawler as mine and caught in the same sea, but the prices are shocking.
Are shocking. I tell you what, I really feel like in London things are so expensive. And the thing is, these days, and this is a real shame, you cannot work locally and buy a place locally. Like, you can only rent, and you have to go more into the centre in order to earn that type of a wage, in order to purchase, whatever, or to have a certain, you want to run your car, you want to run a house, children, all of that type of stuff. And you just, it's so difficult to be able to work locally and do those things.
Did that really shock you, Mark, when we told you the cost of the position? Do you know what? Actual fact, it shocked me now because you kind of put it into context.
Yeah.
When you actually said that, I was like, oh my God, we massively overspent. But that pretty much is the going rate in London.
Yeah.
It's not until we go out. I mean, I went to visit a friend of mine in Swansea in Wales, and it was the same price of fish and chips. I thought, God, that is so cheap.
Even though, you know, sometimes like we'll go like say Brighton or somewhere, and it is expensive in Brighton as well, you know, and the portion sizes are not as big as the portion sizes we've got here. I mean, I can't even remember how much we paid when we were on the pier.
Yeah, no, but that's Brighton. It's because it's so close to London. So Alicia said, I don't mind cooking. It's not the food I love cooking, and I have a family of foodies to feed, and it's got to be done. That's true. Food is just expensive in London. Actually, in fact, Alicia, did you find that when you went to Newcastle, it was a lot cheaper? Mark said, terrible. That's like what you pay at the seaside.
Yeah. It's so expensive, but it's like, you know, we do our cheap eats every now and again. So say we might order, I don't know, German doner or something like that.
So Mark said, so you're about to let that £42 chippy go cold. £42 and you're letting it go cold. Yeah, Alicia said Newcastle is so much cheaper, especially drinks wise. Do you know what? It's funny you should say that, Alicia, actually, because when I remember going to the pub, this is years and years ago, to the pub, and I think there was a family next to us, and I think they just come from Newcastle, or Northeast, I could tell by their accent. And the guy had just gone to get drinks, and he was really moaning. He goes, I can't believe how much this has cost. So he'd just done a round of drinks. It was the pub in the Blackfriars, in Blackfriars. You know, the Blackfriars pub.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Blackfriars.
It's called Blackfriars. Yeah, so that's right in central London. And he was absolutely got. He goes, you can't believe with this tray how much he was saying to his wife, how much this cost.
But the amount of levy and tax, you know, that they put on stuff is crazy. I mean, yeah, I think it's crazy, but we've come to it's normal to us now almost.
Yeah, it is actually.
It's all. I mean, look at it. I mean, when you're talking about gourmet donuts and you're talking about £26 for a pack of 6, it's not like Krispy Kremes where you could pick up a pack for like £12, a 12 pack of 12. So I think it depends on, you know, when you realize in London, because you think to yourself, wow, these things are all expensive, but there's always a new gimmick that comes in London that's just expensive. And then it's up to you whether you're going to try it or not try it and all of that type of stuff.
Mark said, don't mention donuts. Oh, yeah. No, those donuts are expensive. I think us Londoners are the only stupid ones stupid enough to pay the actual price.
No, we don't have scraps here.
Oh, no scraps. No, funny enough, a friend of mine that used to come from, not Carlisle, Hartlepool, used to say that, and she used to get scraps. So is
that just the
yeah, the bits of batter that come off the top? Yeah. You'd ask for some scraps, and right. they'd always be free, so they just scoop them up and put them in a bag.
Alicia says, haha, Kelly will chuck it back in the oven. I told Dean I want fish and chips because of you two, so that's what we're having tomorrow.
Mark said, I dread to think how much a bread bun is. Oh,
what is a bread bun?
Oh, bun.
A bread bun. Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was like a bread bun, as in a, you know, like a bread and butter pudding or something. God, no, I don't know how much it is.
So actually. Emma said, I think even a coffee chain shop are cheaper here in Wales than in London. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so you're from Wales. I was going to say, actually, yeah, so these are about a medium coffee here. It's about £3.40, I think.
Yeah, that's for a medium. Yeah, £3.
So medium, yes, about £3.40, £3.46, something like that. I don't know the exact pence. When
I started buying these, a grande used to be £3.10. It's now almost £4, if not £4.10 now, or something like that. Everything in London is extortionate. It's so extortionate it becomes the norm, if that makes sense. So when you go into your Costas, or if you're going to go into, but also we don't eat like that all the time. So it looks like it because obviously the videos that we put out, but we don't eat that grandiose all the time. Although I would love to eat that grandiose.
I think people are saying, yeah, right, yeah, you're always eating donuts.
Yeah, donut. I saw you eating a donut.
Yeah, as Alicia said, I'm not having 26. Yeah, so those donut time, we don't all have them often.
Yeah.
Although we have had a few times recently, but they are £5 each. So each donut is £5.
Yeah, but if you think during the pandemic, we didn't have any during the pandemic until the later part of it.
Yeah.
So, but normally, this is how we would normally do if we were still sort of traveling to and from. I would pick up 2 or 3. And then we would do, let's say we do a video on it, or we would just enjoy it or whatever. But they don't allow you to buy 1 or 2. And that's the catch, isn't it? Because they only allow you to buy 6. So then you have to think about what 6 is it that you want, what 6 is it that you don't want. But when we were in London the other day, we were able just to purchase 2.
Oh, Mark said Hartlepool's 50 minutes from you.
Wow,
there you go.
Okay.
That's probably that's the link with the scraps.
Right.
Hello, Sienna.
Hey, C.
How are you? Yeah, no, with the scrap. No, she used to say, yeah, you could go into a fish and chip shop and you could ask for scraps, and they would get a little bag, obviously the paper bag, scoop them up, put them in the little bag, and you've got those scraps. Basically, they absorb all the oil, but all the flavour, obviously from all the fish and chips and whatever's been deep fat fried.
Emma, how much is it in Wales? Like, what are the prices like in Wales? Yeah, I mean...
And are you a Costa girl, or do you prefer Starbucks, or you're not really, don't mind? So we do tend to go for Starbucks. I don't know why, it's not an affinity, but we do tend to go for Starbucks drinks. I think you like your fraps.
I go for Starbucks because I really love the fraps. However, I'm really enjoying the mint choc chip Frostinos from Costa at the moment. I'm really enjoying those. So every now and again, I'll go for a Costa. And
I've got to say, their vanilla latte is very, very good. Costa's one.
Yeah, they just don't do larges. They only do mediums.
That's all right.
But I've got to say, if we are getting into the bad habit of anything, it is getting the coffees. That we are getting.
Oh, sorry, Mark. I got that wrong. Yeah, you're right. It's batter from the fish. So they're little bits of batter that drop off.
Right.
I thought it was little also scraps as well. Can be that, you get the tiny bit chunks. You get little bits of chip, don't you? So when the chips are little ends of the chips drop off, I thought that was in the scraps as well. Oh
wow!
Mark said, yes, Starbucks, you have to go 30 minutes away. I think I nearly misread that for 30 miles. I was a half an hour drive. I'm not sure. I
used to live in Zone 2 in London. They break us up into zones. It's almost like like. When I think of the zones, I think of, post-apocalyptic type.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're split into zones.
You're right, to zone 1.
Yeah. So, and only the elite are allowed to.
Well, that's
allowed to. Yeah,
to be honest with you, that's not
how it is.
Zone 1 is, your Kensington and Chelsea, all the very, very posh areas.
Yeah. So I used to live in a not so posh part of Zone 2, and I lived there for quite a number of years, and then. Just when I moved away, they built a Starbucks. Can you believe it? I was so mad. I was like, look at that.
You are.
Look at that.
It became posh when Kelly left.
Exactly. And there you go. It became posh when I left.
Oh, so Mark said Costa for him is 10 minutes away.
Okay.
Actually, do you know what? I've got to say, Mark, I would probably be the same. Distance would determine which one I would go for.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think Talk of the Tom prefers Nero's, but I think he's been having a few Starbucks lately. But yeah, I think I still pay about £2.90 for a medium latte. So it's only a little cheaper. Yeah. I'm a Costa girl, loyalty from when I used to work next door, right? But Starbucks is lovely too.
There you go. You get your loyalty there.
Yeah, it's true. And I think for me, I was never really into coffee shops anyway. I might stop by a coffee shop and get a hot chocolate, but I used to love AMT hot chocolate. I used to love those. And then one day, my old boss, many years ago, she came back with this slushy drink, and my eyes just popped out, and I was like, what is that? And she goes, oh, yeah, it's a coffee frappuccino from Starbucks. And that was the time when they only did coffee. They only had one flavor. It was just coffee. And I tell you what, I got that almost every day. I just thought, oh my god, this is so delicious. This is so delicious.
Oh, I told them all about the fish and chip shop where they called you Frappuccino lady.
No, but that's much later. But so they only did the coffee. So I could only get coffee, and there was no cream on it or anything like that. It was just a plain coffee slush. And then as time went on, I think I wanted them to put less ice, and so you got more of the coffee taste. But they never understood what I meant, and what I should have said, an extra shot of coffee or something like that. But at that point, it was all very new. And then one day I had 2 in one day, and I was just like, I never ever from that day had 2 in one day. But since then, that's why I've been loyal to Starbucks.
2 Frappuccinos in a day.
In one day. But I don't like iced coffees. I only like the blended ones. Yeah.
Oh, Mark said, did you ever watch the documentary of the woman who sued McDonald's for having the coffee too hot? They served 180 degrees Celsius, but since 700 people got burnt from it, they now serve it at 160. She won. 160. Wow.
What does Evelyn get it done?
Oh, Evelyn gets it done about 2. Until it's molten lava.
Yeah, my bestie.
She got 2.3 million.
Wow.
No, I didn't see it. Was that in the UK or was that in the United States? It sounds like a United States thing.
Yeah, she got 2.3 million. Stella.
Just for burning yourself.
Wow. 180 cc's. But is that hot?
Yeah, degrees Celsius. Yeah. That's just like molten lava.
I mean, I'm sure Evelyn gets it at like
180.
Yeah, 85, I think. She wants it that is burning her throat as it's going down. I'm just like,
no.
But my mum likes it extra hot. But I find that if you make coffee from the coffee machine and things like that, because it doesn't get heated to the kettle, sort of type water, it goes cold very quickly. That's what I find.
Minnie says she once had 2 Frappuccinos in a day, and she was on a very large sugar high for the majority of the day. I don't think I'll be doing that again sometime soon.
And so you feel my pain. Minnie. Exactly. I was just like...
Alicia's laughing at you, Minnie.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god.
Do you know what? It's one of those things. What do you expect?
Do you know what? Because you don't... It's blended. You don't think, oh yeah, the coffee... It says the man who has about 7 coffees in a day.
Yeah, but I'm hardcore.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? She only wanted 18,000 cover for medical bills, but they served it so hot. When you go to your destination, it's still hot.
Wow.
There you go. There's something in that for the trouble is, of course, that will get its way back. So we're probably all paying for that because they'll add the price back onto the drink so they could recoup the money.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
But then once the money's recouped, they make the profit, so you're still paying because of the profit.
Yeah.
So
that's the whole thing. That's like advertising. They add on money to the products because they've got to pay for the advertising. That is unbelievable. But it just goes to show how you can make easy money. I did watch a documentary on people that go around suing left, right, and centre to just try and, rather than earn it, you can just go and sue it. So people going around looking for cracks in pavements and they can just go, oh no! McDonald's makes 1.3 million a day. Also makes 1.3, yeah, is that 3 million a day, I'm assuming?
On coffee, yeah. AMT maybe, AMT.
Oh, maybe back in the day. Oh yeah, of course, because so you don't get them anymore, Eve. You don't go and get your coffees anymore. Yeah, million. I thought it was million, Mark. Yeah.
I used to love AMT hot chocolate. It was the best hot chocolate, and I used to get it with whipped cream.
What's AMT chocolate?
It's hot chocolate. It's like a stall for coffee. You used to get them in stations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you used to get them in the train stations, and I used to take my sister swimming. We used to go swimming in Victoria, and then after I would take her swimming, we would get a hot chocolate from the AMT stall, and it was called AMT. I don't know what it stands for. But it was just like it's like a coffee shop, like a Java Joe or a
Java Joe,
whatever you call them. But yeah,
wow.
But they did the best hot chocolate.
That's just unreal. That's unreal to make that amount of money, and that's it. Then you're set for life. I have to worry about then. And I bet you she still goes and has chocolate, goes and has the coffee.
But McDonald's makes 1.3 million a day on
Just
coffee.
on coffee. Wow. Yeah,
so if you think about, but also McDonald's is a franchise. So I don't quite know how franchises work.
No, I think they recoup the money. So from franchises, you pay an amount. This is
every month, or
yeah, something like that, or a set standard period, and therefore, basically, what you're doing is you're paying because you can use you're paying really to be able to use the name to sell the product,
right?
But
you own it though, as a franchise. You
yes,
own the store.
You do, but you've also got to be wary because you're still under strict rules. So McDonald's aren't going to let you go freelance and serve your own food. You've got to then
you've got to serve theirs. But I think it's a little bit like if you bought a flat, but the flat is leased. So I'm assuming, but you're still paying for the lease. So I'm assuming then you pay a certain amount, but I don't probably think then maybe go.
No, Martha, have you ever seen the film about McDonald's? Now, are you talking about Super Size Me, the one where the guy he ate McDonald's for a period of time? Was it a month or something like that?
Or are you talking about the guy who did Bowling for Columbine? He did a documentary on McDonald's.
Did he? What? Michael Moore?
Yeah. He did a documentary on McDonald's.
Yeah, even said my coffee temperature is 190.
Yeah, I knew it.
You can sue.
I knew it because before used to do it at 180, then 185. Now it's gone up to 190. My God.
They are even that lady sued on less. She got 180.
Yeah.
So Mark was saying.
But that's the thing, because you want for me, if I bought a hot drink, I want it to be hot when I get to my destination.
Oh, Michael Keaton did it. Oh, I've not seen that. No. Do you know what? He's a fantastic actor, actually. He's a really, really good actor, Michael Keaton. One of the best Batmans, I thought.
I do like him as an actor, but yeah.
No, I've not seen that, Mark. What was it? Was it was it actually a documentary, or was it just actually a movie based upon McDonald's? Because I remember I did see Super Size Me, which is, of course, that was about the guy that just ate McDonald's for a period of time. It wasn't Michael Moore.
No.
And then
there was another one.
He weighed himself and stuff like that, and he put on so much weight.
He suffered malnutrition as well, didn't he?
Probably. I don't know the health benefits of McDonald's, if there are any, but yeah, I can imagine that wouldn't surprise me if that were the case.
But there was somebody recently, because there was a documentary, I was just watching it, and recently he did ate McDonald's every day or something like that, and he did that one, and then he did processed food, where you had to eat processed food every day or something like that. And then
the film is called The Founder. No, I've not seen that actually. No. We'll have to have a look out for that if it's on Netflix or Sky. We'll have a little look out for that. Is it good? Would you recommend watching it? We'll have to get that a go. We haven't watched the film actually for a while, so we could have a little look.
No, I'm just trying to think. I've been binge watching on
you and your
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision. I've been binge watching on those two. I finished them now. Binge watching Prodigal Son. Finished watching that now.
Mark recommended it. He said he ended up buying McDonald's out. Brilliant. It's on Sky. We'll have to have a little look. All right, thank you, Mark. We'll have to check that out.
That's it. I think that's what I've been watching so far.
Kelly's just been watching box sets.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm just jealous because I just don't get the time to do
it. There are other things to watch and stuff. So I don't know. We'll have a look and see if it's on.
Oh, here we go. So Mark said he ended up. No, we've seen that one. Sorry.
Yeah. My parents watched that.
Oh yeah. So Emma saw Super Size Me. It looked really bad, but he did eat a lot of McDonald's. Maybe it isn't so bad in moderation. I hope so.
Yeah, and there you go.
That makes sense. I mean, who was going to eat that every single day? I know there are people that live off takeaways. I do know that is true.
I think he just wanted to show what would happen.
Yeah, maybe. Exactly.
What does Minnie say? My parents watched the one with the guy that ate the McDonald's every day, but I didn't watch the whole thing with them, so I only know a little bit of what he did. Yeah, I've not watched it. I've only heard about it and seen sort of like bit adverts when it was popular.
Minnie started watching Loki as well. I have to watch this week's episode.
I haven't started watching it yet because I want there to be a few more episodes before
and then she's going to watch the Winter Soldier after.
Yeah.
It's just keeping me going.
No, you don't need to be kept going.
You won't want me to faint in the middle of the show. Then you're going to have to take over then, aren't you? So that's the thing. But no, I was going to say, did you watch Time?
Did I watch Time?
Who's in Time?
Is it just called Time? But I did watch WandaVision and I loved it. Do you know what, Minnie? I really enjoyed it too. I thought it was very, very good. I'm interested to see what's going to happen in season 2. Sunday Sean Bean Time.
Have you seen that?
There is something with Sean Bean. I don't know. I think isn't there a couple of things with Sean Bean at the minute? There was something that was advertised, but no, I've not seen it.
Again, would you recommend?
Yeah, is it something you'd recommend? Don't tell me anything about it. I'm one of these people. I don't like to know anything about anything before I watch it.
But then how can you tell you about it? Oh, you said it's fantastic.
Prison. Right,
okay.
I'll have to... Yeah. Oh, yes. I had to have a little think about it. Yes. But that was advertised on the TV, right? It was advertised...
Yeah, Emma said the same thing. This is the one about prisons, I think.
Yeah. It was on, not that it wasn't on not too long ago, but I know they advertised it not too long ago. Yeah, I was in two minds about it, but if you think it's good, I'll take BBC. All right, I'll take a look.
Have a look. I don't ever get time to watch these things, but you always get to watch yourself.
Yeah, you do, because you've got time to game on your tablet.
Well, how often do I do that?
Yeah, but in that time that you game on your tablet, you could watch a film, or you could watch a season of something. 3 weeks it started. Right, okay. Because I knew there was a couple of things with Sean Bean, because I saw a film. When I was looking at what to watch, he popped up in a couple of films. And then when you said Time, and I thought, I know there was something advertised recently, but I couldn't remember what. But now when you say it, and then I think back to the advert, and I think, right, yes. Yeah, I'll have a look. I think for me, I'm trying to keep things light at the moment rather than watching like quite heavy things. I have to be in the mood to watch heavy things. I tend to watch like a bit of lively or action. I don't mind a little bit of action. I quite like that.
Oh, Mark said, are you watching, what's that? RHOBH. What was that? They're starting to mention Erica's divorce. Oh, RH, is that that must be one of your programs? RHOBH. What's that stand for?
Oh, Royal Housewives, is it? Royal Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, Erica. Oh, she get divorced. Oh, do you know what? I've not been.
Sorry, this all goes.
Yeah, the thing about I've stopped watching the Royal Housewives only because I feel like they are women putting down women, and I think women have a hard time of it enough already without us having to put each other down. So I kind of stopped watching it. It's a little bit like watching Judge Judy, and every case there's a problem, and I just think, well,
you would expect that because
because so I tend not to watch it because Judge Judy is slightly different, but with the Real Housewives, I think why are women putting, when I saw Dorit putting down, and I just thought to myself, I couldn't watch it. I just thought, I just don't like to see people putting down other people. I just think,
yeah, Emma said the same thing. She hasn't watched it because I think it'd be a bit heavy. Do you know, it's one of those things. I remember, Emma, I watched Breaking Bad and I tried to get Kelly into it, but you just found it just too heavy. It does, and it gets worse and worse and worse as the show goes on. Not in quality, but in terms of what's happening.
Where have you been? She's been divorcing Tom. He's
been naughty.
Really? Yeah. I might take a look. I don't know. I was watching. What was I?
Don't get us started, Mark, please.
Do you know what? I was watching something the other day. I was watching Rush, right? Which I don't know if anybody knows Tom Ellis. He was the one who played in Lucifer. And he did before he did Lucifer, there was a program that he did in America called Rush, and he plays a doctor addicted to drugs and stuff like that, or took them they were lifters basically. And what he did, and Harry Hamlin was in an episode.
Well, he's been stealing millions, whoever this guy is.
Oh, really?
Been killing it. Love Torn. Oh God, you're gonna get her into it.
Oh my God,
now.
I'll have
Mark,
to take
I'm holding you responsible.
Now, we talk. I'm thinking Erica. She was married to the lawyer, right? He's like a top, not a barrister or a judge. He's a judge. Is that right? Is that the Erica that I'm thinking? What was her? Is it Erica Jane? What was her?
I don't know why you're looking at me.
No. I was thinking Erica Jane. To fund Erica Singh. Oh my God, that's mad thing. Oh my word. The lawyer. Yeah, he's a judge, isn't he? But oh my goodness.
Oh God, we're going into gossip corner now. Go on, you carry on.
It's not that, right? He's an elderly gentleman married to this
Erica
young
Jane.
Yeah, married to this young pretty woman.
Yeah, but
blah. Right, okay. But I don't. It just shows you what some men will do. They'll put themselves in thing to finance, because she had a private jet. She had this, she had that. I was just like, what? I'm gonna pick him up in my private jet.
Oh God, Mike said, what shit? He's 80.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like Anna Nicole Smith's wife. Husband,
it's almost the same, pretty much.
90 something. When she married him, she was 30 something.
Yeah, that's pretty much Erica Jane. I mean, Erica Jane might be reaching in her 40s now.
Been within 30 years.
Look at that, and he's been. Oh, look at that. And he's been taking money and a barrister and a judge at that. He's a judge at that.
Oh, what was that? Actually, talking of judge, what was that really good one we watched with Bryan Cranston?
Your Honor.
That was really good.
Anybody?
She's 48.
If you are into, 48. If you are into,
what? So hang on, sorry, just stop there. So, am I right in thinking he was 60 and married her at 18? Is that right?
She already had a child by the time she.
No, but if it's been with 30 years and she's 38, yes.
Yeah, 18.
And he would have been 60. A 60-year-old married an 18-year-old.
And they've been married 30 years, But he's been stealing money to. Oh my God.
Wow.
But now but mind you, I mean, he's lived a good life, right? What can you do? He's lived a good life. I mean, they can chase him for money, but are they going to get it? That's the question. But
not that I'm judging, but I just thought to myself, that's a bit of an age gap.
That is a big age gap. If anybody loves Bryan Cranston is the guy who played Breaking Bad, and he did all of that. Watch Your Honor. It's really, really good. It's really fantastic. And me personally, I didn't like Breaking Bad, but you loved it.
Oh, I really enjoyed Breaking Bad. It's one of the best series I've ever seen.
I loved him in Malcolm in the Middle. I thought he was hilarious. He made Malcolm in the Middle. He was hilarious. He was the best thing in it. But yeah.
Oh, Mark, like Your Honor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joe. We thought that was absolutely. I really, really hope they do another series. I don't know where they would go with it. I had some ideas where they could go with it, but I won't say anything
because other people
may have not seen it. Sorry. But yeah, we really enjoyed that. I thought it was so well written, and of course he's such a brilliant actor.
Oh, yeah,
it was really, so really easy to watch.
Yeah. He says Kathy Hilton's in it. Now, the thing is with Kathy Hilton, she really if you watch the
Wide Open to Do season 2.
She did a she was sort of in and out of it when what's the sister's name? Kyle. And sometimes she really downed Kyle and things like that. And now look at her, she's in it. This is what I'm talking about, women putting down women, and look, sisters putting down sisters, and then all of a sudden now she's in it. That's the sort of thing that makes me mad. And I just think, no, pick up your sister, isn't it? Just lift her up.
Know what you started, Mark?
I just feel, do you know what I mean? I just don't like women putting down other women. I don't think it's called for. I don't think it's needed. And if you don't agree with something that your sister is doing or whatever, you just don't talk about it. You just ignore it and you just don't talk about it. All you say is that, don't mention me in your program. Don't mention da-da-da-da. End of. And that's it. And you continue with your relationship. You don't like stop talking to her 1 minute, stop talking to her the next minute, stop talking to her, stop talking to her, invite her to a wedding, don't invite her to a wedding, and all of this. And then you go and appear on the show. The cheek of it. The cheek of, I tell you, people when people have money, this is the problems, isn't it? That's what happens. Kim and Carl is top one. For me, I really love Kyle. I think with Kim, I feel a bit sorry for her because of her addiction. So it sort of tends to, and it's quite thingy to watch sometimes, and you just think the pain that family have been through and all that. But then again, that's what money brings you, innit? This is you when you live in Beverly Hills or LA and all of those types of stuff, that's the sort of thing you'll be faced with.
It must be terrible.
Yeah, it must be a terrible
really
life.
bad.
Yeah. Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin affair is out. Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin? What Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin affair?
See, you're not up to date.
Harry Hamlin's been having it. But do you know what? Do you know what? That doesn't. If Harry Hamlin has had an affair, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. If he
Mark's in the know, this is what you need to do.
He's messed, yeah. It would, if you had said to me Lisa Rinna was the one that had an affair, I would be quite surprised about that. But Harry Hamlin, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Would you be surprised? Jason the Argonauts, the guy who plays
right, okay.
Would you be surprised if he had an
affair?
Well,
not really. No, but I wouldn't be surprised with any actor, actually, or mainstream actor having an affair.
I think when you look a certain way, I think it's quite not that it's easy, but I think there's a lot of temptation there.
Well, I say I'm not surprised. I'm not saying that I say they would do it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they had done
it.
Because
I feel that there's quite a lot of temptation. So I feel sorry for Lisa, to be honest, because I know a lot of people may or may not like her, but I quite like her. I think she does get herself into a bit of trouble, unfortunately. But I think she's one of the more real ones. A bit like Erica Jane, I find her quite real.
Mark said, I can't believe you stopped watching it. You're missing out on all this. So you can actually tell them, Mark, you could probably tell on what series Kelly stopped watching it.
I stopped watching it. You know when I stopped watching it? When Dorit went on about how Erica Jane was Nicholas and her husband, PK, couldn't stop looking at it. But tell your husband stop looking at it, innit? I was like,
I've no idea what you're talking about.
Basically, she went out with no knickers, which is quite normal. It's quite normal in LA to go out without any knickers on, right? Because they don't want to show the knicker line on their whatever skimpy outfit that they're wearing, right? And PK didn't see if she had knickers on or not. But when his wife Dorit said she didn't have knickers on, he goes, yeah, I couldn't stop looking at it. Please, because you didn't see it in the beginning, so don't try it. Yeah, I couldn't stop looking at it. Now it's caused up this big thing. She's bought her, instead of going to, oh, do you know what? PK saw your thing. He saw your thing. Do you know what I mean? Just letting you know, that's all. But then it was a big thing, and I just thought, that's when I stopped watching it. I just thought, now you're just stirring up nonsense, and
Mark
I didn't like it.
That was last season, apparently.
Yeah.
This is all way beyond my head. I'm not sure what's going on.
Lisa caused her daughter's eating disorders. Oh dear. Can't believe you stopped watching it. Yeah. But yeah, I now tend to watch, the old series now. So I don't watch. So I watch things like The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and WandaVision, Your Honor.
Does anybody else watch reality TV just out of interest? So is anybody else watching the old reality shows? Now, I know
I do like reality shows.
Kelly does really enjoy reality TV. I really enjoy it.
And I'm waiting for Love Island.
Oh yeah, so Love Island has restarted.
Love Island. That's the little song that I do when I'm waiting for Love Island. My family know it now. Alicia and my cousin Sue is now singing.
Yeah, Mark just said Love Island.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be watching this next series.
Yeah.
Which is due to start very soon, isn't it? It's in June.
I watched the Australian one. I watched the American one when they did it at
Vegas.
Vegas.
Mark said so cheesy. Oh,
yeah, it is. It really is cheesy. And I watched what one did we watch? Married at First Sight. Oh, that the Australian one. That one was another thing. That one was another thing. I was just like, oh my god.
Mark said it's on Monday.
Oh, so it starts on Monday? Because they just kept saying June, 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 June. And I was thinking, when is it going to start?
Well, there's only 5 days or 4 days left of June. There's only 4 days, 5 days left of June.
Because they were going to start doing it twice a year. Because in 2019 they did 2, but then COVID hit.
They can't do any.
So then they couldn't do 2. No, so then they played the Australian one and the American one. So
is that the one in Las Vegas?
Yeah. So the American one was the one in Las Vegas, and the Australian one, I think they actually went to the same house that the British people go to. Is it Spain or somewhere like that?
Oh, okay.
Where is Love Island filmed? What is it in Spain?
I thought it was in Greece, isn't it?
Or Greece, but the Australian one was shot in the same house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went to the exact same house that the British people go to, wherever, if that's in Greece or if that's in Spain, wherever it is. So yes, I'm waiting for Love Island. And what other reality shows do I watch? It was only Married at First Sight, but Married at First Sight Australia, that was mad. Even I just thought, what?
So if anybody's not seen it, without ruining it, and you can't really, so the idea is that you sign up to marry a complete stranger, and the first time you meet them is on your wedding day, and then they film them after that to see how they get along and how long the marriage lasts.
Mark says Mallorca. So they go to Mallorca. That's the house.
Oh, okay. Mark also said there's a show
called Sexy Beast, and I didn't actually see an advert, but I saw a still of people wearing masks and something about some dating show or something.
Oh,
and
God.
I just thought,
the only one as well I couldn't watch it was Naked Attraction.
Oh no,
no. It came on.
No.
Yeah, Mark said that's it. It came on TV, and I just thought to myself, no. This screen's got no. I just thought to myself,
Emma says she doesn't have a TV, just YouTube for me. Good for me to hear what's going on, though. I like the sound of Married at First Sight. And then Mark, of course you do, Mark. Of course. Emma, I used to work with a girl, and
Mark, how can you watch that? That's just something else. Go on, sorry.
Emma, I used to work in a law firm, and I used to work with a girl, and we'd be online because I used to like watching Dancing with the Stars and Strictly Come Dancing. So I would have a small screen sort of sitting there while I did my work, and I'm very, very fast and stuff like that. And her name, she was Danielle, and she turned to me, she goes, we were talking about sort of like Strictly Come Dancing, and she goes, oh, I don't have a TV. And I was like, what? I mean, I was younger then. I was like, what? You don't have a TV? She goes, no, we like to do other things. She had a son at the time. And she goes, yeah, me and my partner, and we do other things with my son and all that. But I was so shocked in the sense that, because a lot of the time, and not all the time, but sometimes if we've got the TV on now, but it's on mute. But at other times, I don't have the TV on at all sometimes, and I'm just getting on with stuff, and Mark's on his tablet or whatever. And then other times we just have it on as background noise, and then at other times I will actually actively watch something. But recently, other than watching the thing on my tablet, the only thing that I might have on in the background is Bob's Burgers. If anybody watches it, I think it's hilarious. Bob's Burgers.
Mark said this is just a time filler.
Yeah, for the love attraction, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, of late I've tried to find other things. Well, there are other things for me to do, but I get so easily distracted. That's why I'm thinking about taking a course, but I'm a little bit worried about it, because I'm thinking, because I'm so easily distracted, can I be disciplined enough? Because when I'm in a class and things like that, I'm very disciplined. So I can get on, I can do the work and blah, blah, blah. But there are a couple of online courses, and it worries me a bit because I think I won't be able to ask questions of the things that I need to ask. And unless I'm going to speak to my tutor, so you have to save up all your questions for once a week or however often.
Mark said, Bob's Burgers, away the lass!
I love Bob's Burgers.
Do you know what? Bob's Burgers is absolutely brilliant. I don't know if anybody else watches it, but we highly recommend watching it.
Really watch Bob's Burgers. It's an animation thing, but it's really good. And most of the characters, even the female characters in there, are voiced by men. There's only 1 or 2 female voices, but the whole cast is pretty much men, predominantly men.
Well, apart from
the little girl. That's why I said there's only 1 or 2 women.
Yeah, that's
there's
true.
only 1 or 2 women voices in there, but predominantly it's voiced by men. So there's a character, Tina, she's voiced by a man, but the sister Louise is voiced by a girl, but all the other characters are then voiced by men as well, or the other female leads. They'll sometimes there's 1 or 2 females that come into it, which will be voiced by a female, but predominantly. And Kevin Kline is also voices quite regularly in it as well, if you know who Kevin Kline is.
Also, Minnie said, I like doing small tasks with some background noise, and when doing homework, my mum hates when I do, but I have to have a show that I can have already because it gives off a background noise. It gives off background for total. Do you know what, Minnie?
Easier.
Do you know, I'm the same actually. When I work, I like to have something in the background. So actually, I find it helps me concentrate. If it's complete silence, it's very difficult.
See, I need complete silence. When I was younger, I used to be able to listen to music at the same time and be able to do homework and stuff like that, or have the TV on in the background. But nowadays, when I want to concentrate, especially if I'm reading a book, normally I can have things going on in the background and sort of, get lost in my book. But the book that I was reading before, I was on the second book. I'm coming towards the end of the second book. I need quiet. I can't have anything on in the background. So I'm very worried. And I was trying to watch a webinar today. And the webinar's 40 minutes. And I literally watched it for 10 minutes. And it was stuck on the 10 minutes because I was doing other things and I got distracted. So it really worries me about doing the study and the self-study and getting distracted. So I don't know. I'm hoping that when I start the course, I'll just bog down and say, right, no, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and be disciplined. But it's almost like exercising yourself. Like Mark's quite disciplined. He'll get on his bike and all of this. Whereas I need to go to a class or be in a specific environment for me to exercise. I can't, unless if we did have a cross trainer or something, or a treadmill, maybe I would just come down in the morning before Mark wakes up and then use it, or something like that. But I'm not disciplined in that sense.
So Mark said there's a good comedy film on BBC iPlayer to watch called Kinky Boots. Brilliant. Oh, is that the film? Actually, they've actually done a play on it actually in the West End, Kinky Boots. Is that the one where about the factory, the shoe factory that was going busted, but then they start to make bespoke boots as well, for Glamax? Is that the one?
I think it might be. They did do a film. I think I briefly saw it.
Minnie said, yeah, also apparently when studying, it's good to study with a noise environment, because when you're going to write a test and you have noises. Yeah, that's actually good.
True.
So you get your thing to focus, helps teach your mind to stay focused.
To stay focused, yeah.
Emma said, I'm sure you will be great at the course. If it's interesting, you'll be able to focus. No, that's true, Emma, actually. I think it's one of those things. What Kelly needs to do is just stay focused and not just say concentrate on it, rather than, because you've got a bad habit of
I'll go and do whatever, or what happens is I'll be researching something. Is this
sorry. And then Mark said, I did spinning once, never again.
Evelyn says Bob's Burgers. What? I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna not do it. I'm gonna just try it and see, like, can I concentrate on it? Because when I commit to something, that is it. I will commit to that thing. So normally, if I commit to a class, if I go to college, I will see it to the end of that course. But it baffles me how loads of people drop out of a course, or drop out of this, or drop out, and I'm baffled by it.
That's not unusual.
It isn't unusual.
It's not unusual. In fact, it's common. You'd expect that. Some people, it's not for them. They get halfway through it.
But that's what I'm saying. It baffles me, because you went to school and you're forced to go to school. So when you go on to college, because you've got that discipline of going to school, I just automatically think it would translate to,
no, well,
to the
also
college.
as well, it's also real life gets in the way, because I've known people where, you know, they've had to care for someone, somebody falls sick.
Yeah, but that's different. But I'm just talking about normal circumstances, the amount of people that dropped out.
Yeah, don't worry. As Mark says, don't worry yourself through. Loads of people. It's a common thing, or some people just see it's not for them.
Yeah. I hope so. I'm going to definitely try it. Spinning class, I tell you what, it just depends on the spinning class. I thought you were about to drop that coffee or something. I was like, oh my God.
No, that's what
but Alicia, I started going spinning class first, and I have a friend, and she took me to a spinning class, and they played techno music, and I couldn't stand it. I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to get through this. Then I started at another gym, and the music that they played was so good. It was just my type of music. So I said to Alicia, come to a spin class. She was a bit nervous at first, so come to a spin class. And then we just did all these spin classes, and we really, really loved it. Now, at the beginning, your bum really hurts. It will hurt for the first few classes. But then after that, your bum gets used to it. And, you know, you stand up, you sit down, and da-da-da-da-da-da. But I tell you what, if the music is good, you will enjoy a spin class, 100%. But the music has to be good. If the music is not good, because a lot of people find it difficult to exercise anyway. Like, I find it very difficult to motivate myself to go and exercise. But there was at one point I had a personal trainer come to the house, and I said to her,
sorry, Mark said he nearly carried me out on the stretcher.
but it's always like that at the beginning. It's always like, I think when you start an exercise class or whatever, you just have to accept, for me anyway, this is just me personally, I have to accept I'm either going to be the biggest in the class, or I'm going to be the slowest in the class, or I'm going to be the crappiest in the class. Once I've accepted that, then it's easy for me to just get on with it, because I've accepted the position that I'm in. But later on, I know that in a few weeks or a month or two, I'm going to be there. Someone new's going to come in, and they're going to be there. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, don't worry, in a couple of weeks or whatever, she'll be up here or he'll be up here. Do you know what I mean? And that's just how it goes in life. And I think that once it's all about acceptance. So if you can accept, right, I'm going to be really rubbish at this, or it's going to really, I did the first spin class, right, and I did it for 20 minutes, and I walked out the class, right, and I think they just all looked at me as I was walking out the class, because I just thought, this is too much. But I didn't give up, and I went and did a one-to-one, because they were doing one-to-one courses there, and I did a one-to-one course, and he was showing me right techniques and things like that. But I didn't go back to that class again, but a friend dragged me to another class. And you know what she did? I tell you, that girl, she dragged me to an all-day spin-a-thon. It was 7 hours worth of spinning. I was just techno music on top of that. The madness of it all.
I think I was only there for 10. Minnie said once you get started and learning and getting used to it, that's what makes it fun and worth trying.
Yeah.
Do you know, Minnie, that is so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. I think, you know, with the exercise, I found that as well. So I as Kelly knows, I used to play football, and I hadn't played for a long time. And I always thought I was fairly fit. So they asked me to play. I did one run. I ran up the pitch, crossed the ball in, and I thought, I thought, my God, I'm so unfit. So I then really went back into the exercise, and that did help. But that first time, because that's why people give up at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest. Your body's not used to it. It takes a good 3 months to get fit, minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Do you know what I did? I did a body pump class. Right. So I'm quite used to going to class, or I was quite used to going to classes. And I've done loads. I've done, you name it, I've done it. I've done step class. I really loved step class. I did body combat. I wasn't really too enamored with body combat. I did British military fitness.
BMF.
I did spin. Yeah, BMF. I did spin class. I did aerobics class, which they now called HIIT, apparently. I didn't much like the Zumba class. Zumba class was okay. I didn't much like Zumba though. I did an abs class. I persuaded Alicia to do an abs class with me. She almost killed me. And then so I've done all these classes. So I was quite, used to working out, blah, blah, blah. Although I was overweight, I was still quite fit. I was fit for someone who was overweight. Anyway, I decided to do a body pump class. Well, I couldn't laugh, right? For the next 3 days, because anytime I laughed or anytime I even went to the toilet, oh, my ribs would hurt, everything would hurt. I tell you, body pump class, the first time you do it, don't bother planning anything for the next few days because you're not going to get through it. Trust me, you're not going to. Body pump class, next few days, forget it. Don't plan anything. But then after that, you have muscle memory and all of that type of stuff. So even if you leave it for ages, even if you left it for a year, 2 years, by the time you go back, you will never be as sore as the first time that you ever did it.
Yeah, Minnie said, yeah, it was the first, I want to say, about a month when starting, you think of quitting. But if you push past that mindset and keep going, also adding classes, it makes it worth it because it's fun. And it's good for your own health as well. That is very, very true.
Yeah.
What did Emma say? I go to the gym and I am pretty wobbly and unfit, but once you forget about it, self-conscious, I really enjoy it. And can squat, 37.5 kilos now.
Starting to feel badass, and you should, girl. Yeah. My God. Do you know what? It's been a long time since I've been to, I've got really bad knees, but it's been a long time since I've felt like I really want to go to a class. I had a personal trainer that came here, I think it was 2017. I had a personal trainer. I would say to her, yeah, can we start at 5? She couldn't make it at 5 in the morning. She had to come up at 4:30. So we would train at 4:30. I just found that sometimes 4:30 was just cutting it a little bit fine. But we would work out for an hour, 4:30 to 6:30. And I found that I was a lot more energetic, and I dropped 2 stone. I dropped 2 stone. So I found it and I was energetic and all that, but I was beginning to dislike it. And I thought, if I don't stop now, I'm not going to ever want to go back to exercising again.
But that's always the danger, isn't it? If you start to hate exercise and you see it as a chore, that will really put you off doing it.
Yeah, and I'm one of these weird people. I actually enjoy exercising, funnily enough. So if you take me to a class and all of that type of stuff, I really enjoy it. I'm not really into the gym that much.
So I'm just laughing. Ethan just put spin. Time to unfriend.
But
Minnie just bigged up Emma for her squat.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, I mean, to be able to squat that much, exactly. Do you know what I mean?
That's really impressive. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what? Actual fact, when I stopped doing the gym actually in lockdown. So I bought an exercise bike. So I do that.
You're very good at that.
Yeah,
you do your cardio.
I try and do that at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah, you do.
And then get on that, but it can be difficult to do, but it is worth doing.
Yeah.
Emma said, yeah, definitely. If you start to hate it, time to find something new. Yeah, definitely. If it becomes a chore, you're just going to hate it overall.
I was looking for a leisure centre that is almost, so basically, when I was working before, there used to be an LA Fitness. And at the LA Fitness, I would get there I'd be one of those saddos. I'd get there for like 6:20 in the morning, waiting for the gym to open at 6:30. And then I'd get down there, and then I'd already have my swimsuit on under my stuff. And then I'd just shove everything in the locker. And then I would swim up and down. You're slow at the beginning. You start at your 30 lengths, and then you build up to 100 and so on and so on. And that's what I did. So then every morning I'd be doing 100 lengths and all of that type of stuff. But then afterwards, I would treat myself because they would have a steam room. And even prior to that, I used to go to a Cannons when Cannons existed. And I used to use their steam room. They had the steam room in the women's changing room. So I'd go swimming, or I'd go to do a class, whatever class that would be, then go back and use the steam room. And I used to love that. But as time has gone on, a lot of the gyms now are just about the gyms, and they don't have a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit bougie because I like to go to a nice swimming pool. I don't want to go to like a junk swimming pool where nobody has cleaned the floor for God knows how long, and you're stepping on God knows what. And
elastoplast floating on the top of
there. Yeah, I'm just too bougie for that. So when I was working, in 2019, I found a really nice swimming pool in a hotel, and it was really reasonably priced. I thought brilliant. And I used to go swimming every morning, and I would go get my swimming costume on, and they had a steam room and a sauna and all that, and I used to do that. And then winter started to come in, and I was starting to slow down and whatever, and I didn't go. And then so I stopped in November. So I did it all through the summer, stopped in November. Then a gym opened up locally, but it was just the gym, and my brother was joining, and he's like, come on, we'll join. And then Mark was like, yeah, let's join. So then we ended up going to that gym. And I used to go in the morning before work. I'm one of these early morning people, these crazy sort of like, let's go 5:30 type people. And then I'd go every morning, because I found that if I only went like every other day or 3 times a week, sometimes you can talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
But if you go every day, it then becomes a habit, and then you go every day.
Well, that's what I found as well. I think the thing is well, you've got to go straight away. If I ever came home and sat down, that's it. Forget it. You're not going back out there. So we've got a few comments. So Minnie said, "Oh, I love swimming. I do so much." But that's what happens when you have. No, I thought you'd like swimming, Minnie, because I know you said you bought yourself a new costume. I'm a competitive swimmer.
Wow.
How are you? But I have an amazing coaches, and I also do lifeguard classes.
Wow.
I'm also lifeguard classes. I'm also fully certified lifeguard. Wow. And Mark said, I went to the gym a few times and I treat myself to fish and chips afterwards.
Well, do you know what? And a lot of people do. They treat themselves to chips afterwards. Minnie, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
That's amazing.
Well, Mark, we had fish and chips and didn't treat ourselves to the gym.
Yes. And I've treated myself to Frappuccino though instead. That replaces the gym.
That replaces the gym. There you go. That's the workout. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Yeah, well done, Minnie. That's fantastic.
Yes, that is really, really good. My brother, he did his sort of lifesavers and all of that type of stuff. He did. He did it when he was very young. I loved swimming, but I was never a good swimmer when I was younger. I'm a better swimmer now, but I'm more backstroke rather than front crawl, or that one and that breaststroke, front crawl, all of that type of stuff. But I'm better with going back rather than forward. I find that my shoulders tire quite quickly when I go forward, because obviously you're brushing the water. But when you go back, you're not brushing as much. You're not wading through it. But yeah, I love swimming. So I was looking for so then I decided to go to the gym before work, and that's what I was doing. I was going to the gym every day before work. And then COVID hit, and then I got sick. And I truly believe that if I had not been fit, not fit because I'm not fit, but if I hadn't been going to the exercises and all of that before, I don't know what would have happened, to be honest. I was that sick.
Yeah, Kelly was actually that.
I was really that sick. So I was glad that I had been doing the swimming, and I had been, because my heart was a lot stronger. And I'm glad that I was doing all those things prior to getting COVID. But yeah, it was crazy. It was yeah. So now it would be nice to find a swimming pool that's a little bit bougie like me. So
yeah, so you want one with like a lazy river where you just have the ring and you just have the cocktail.
Listen, if we
relax.
had those here, trust me, I'd be a member.
So we've been going for 2 hours. So before we wrap up, we want to find out, what have you guys got planned for the weekend? Anything exciting?
Oh, I hate the water.
Nearly drowned when I was 11. Do you know what, Mark? That's one of those things, actually. My cousin's like that as well. Never learned to swim. Really doesn't like swimming in the water. So I do understand that. So Minnie said her stroke is freestyle, front crawl. Right. Well, butterfly is really difficult.
She says, yeah, OMG, it's so tiresome, and it takes a lot of energy.
But I love it so much. As what matter as one of my best strokes.
Wow.
When I used to swim, actually, butterfly is really difficult.
Yeah.
That's a really difficult stroke.
I just, all the front ones are tiresome for me. And to try and keep my head up as well when you're doing the breaststroke and all of that. I just found that it's too much on the front, but on the back it's fine. Birthday tomorrow. I know. Do you know what? When you came on, I almost said, "Oh, happy birthday!" But then I thought, no, it's not today. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, we knew. Yeah, so I was going to say happy birthday
for tomorrow.
I hope you have a really good time. Oh, you're off to Brillington on Tuesday. So, do you know where you're going, Mark, for your birthday tomorrow, or is it a surprise? Minnie says, I complete butterfly in 50 meters swimming. Oh my God, so much energy used when I'm doing it, but I love it.
Yeah. Do you know what though? It is fun. And I think if you love something, it's not a chore, and it's not it's easy, if that makes sense. And I really would like to find a job like that, a job where I find it fun, so that it, or not fun, but I enjoy it, or I find it rewarding, so then it doesn't seem like a job, if that makes sense.
Well, Emma said birthday Sunday, so I'm off to Krispy Kreme.
Wow, listen, all these people's birthdays, all these June birthdays, isn't it?
I was going to say happy birthday,
happy
Emma.
Birthday,
happy
Emma.
Have a really good time. So you're off to Krispy Kreme. Is that a restaurant you're actually going into, the Krispy Kreme, or are you just going to purchase some Krispy Kreme?
Yeah. So I'm off to
they
Krispy Kreme.
do Krispy Kreme like Dunkin', isn't it? They do the little shops you can go in and have them.
I've not seen one. I've only seen the sort of like pop-up stores.
Yeah.
But then again, I've only ever seen the pop-up stores and the ones that they actually sell in Tesco. I've never seen. I don't think. Oh, there might be. Yeah, actually, there might be one shop, but I've only seen one, and it was very near a Dunkin' Donut.
So Minnie said happy birthday to you both, and we say happy birthday to her. We have a fantastic time.
Happy birthday, really, Mark, and happy birthday, Emma.
Actually, for Emma, we haven't done a review on Krispy Kreme, so we should actually look to do that. Or Dunkin'. We haven't done.
We haven't done Dunkin'. We haven't done. There's a few, because I think it was Dum Dums, the one that we had.
Oh yeah, we didn't do Dum Dums in the end. So Dum Dums are baked donuts; they're not fried.
Yeah, but Donut Time are doing some baked donuts at the moment, which I might get us.
Yeah,
the baked ones. So
Mark said he's going to sell them donuts on holiday. Yeah, I hope you have a really fantastic time.
Yeah, I hope both of you have a really good time. Thanks. It's a proper shop near my sister in Manchester, where they make them. Wow. Thanks for the birthday wishes. You're very welcome.
Well, we hope you have a really fantastic time. I do see that they do actually, they do make their own kits, don't they? You can actually make your own donuts.
Yeah, you can do your, they're the homemade kits that, I think Krispy Kremes and, do that, Donut Time.
Well, like I said, we hope you have a fantastic weekend. Happy birthday to you
both
guys.
Of you,
to Emma and Mark. We hope you have a fantastic time.
One after the other.
Yeah, look at that. Minnie, have a fantastic weekend. I hope you enjoy your swimming if you're doing the swimming.
Yeah.
And
Evelyn and everyone else who's on, Alicia, if you're still on, hope you have a lovely weekend and enjoy the rest of your week. And let us know what you've been doing, what you get up to and everything else when we speak to you on Tuesday, if you can join us on Tuesday.
Well, now Tuesday might be a bit later today.
Oh, yes.
Now, so we will do the Tuesday, but we will do it later because of me being sad. I'm going to watch the football. So I think the football should end. Well, actually, we'll keep you posted. If we say, we say 8 o'clock. Is that too late for everybody?
I was going to say do a different day. I was going to say do Monday or something. But if you want to continue on the Tuesday, that's fine. We'll just do it a little bit later then.
Yeah.
So 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
So 8 o'clock Tuesday, everyone.
We will be there. So we'll go back to the normal time before 6. But it's just, I'm sorry, I'm being sad. I want to watch the football. So
what time is the football?
5, but it might stretch on till it's normally 2 hours, but they might go into extra time and penalties.
Oh, right.
So that's why I just do it just in case.
I don't know anything about
Kelly doesn't like the football.
Nah.
But we will be there Tuesday at 8 and we'll go back to 6 our normal time. Look forward to doing. We love having you there. Look after yourselves. Be safe.
It's been such a fun one today.
Yeah,
we really enjoyed it.
Really good. We always have fun.
Yeah, we do. We really, really do.
And we're always grateful for you joining us. Like I said, we do it for you, but we wouldn't be able to have the channel if it wasn't for your support. So we are really, really grateful. And thank you so much.
And once again, thank you for the Toby Carvery, because I know a lot of people have watched that and it's just blown up. It's just been amazing.
Thank you so much. So guys, we look forward to you. We'll love you and leave you. Have a fantastic weekend. Happy birthday. And we will see you on Tuesday.
Both of you have good birthdays. Take care and bye to everyone else. And we'll catch up with you next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
You too, hippie. Have an amazing weekend. Take care.
That's the heart. I can't do the heart shape.
Is that one?
Is that one?